So this is the second live. If you were in the first one, I don't know why I'm even mentioning the first one. If you're here, you already know. Anyway, hi guys. If you're new, welcome. I'm Island Turtle. This is BOMISpirit, and this is going to be the weekly intuitive astrology reading for November 4th to November 10th. Okay, and we are doing astrology this time. We didn't do astrology last week because I ran out of time to do all of the notes, but we got some notes today. And I want to assure you that this is a really great week. I know that there are a lot of astrologers saying a lot of very different extreme things. And I just want to reassure you, okay? This is a really, really nice week. Don't let Mars opposing Pluto scare you, okay? I really don't think it's like nearly as bad as people are making it out to be. And obviously, it depends on who you are, right? And like what you got going on in your life, free will and all. But it's really, really not as bad as people I think are making it out to be. And I just don't want you guys to be nervous. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for people to climb up in here from those who came into part one. And this will be timestamped later for anybody who's catching this after the fact. Okay? Okay? Okay. That being said, I'm gonna get a little sip of water. We put up the lighting a little bit while we're waiting for people. Yeah, no, that doesn't do anything, does it? Oh well, it is what it is. And like I said too, some energy was kicking up as I was like trying to go live. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on around me right now. I hope everybody enjoyed the New Moon Scorpio and Samhain and Day of the Dead and All Souls Day, whatever you guys celebrate. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I hope you are really ready to embrace all of this yummy energy. It's been challenging for people around me, explosive anger. We'll talk about that. That can happen with Mars opposing Pluto. But remember, you have complete control over yourself, right? And how you react or respond to things. There are some big lessons there that coincide with Mars retrograde. I'm trying so hard to restrain myself because you guys know me. I just want to like talk about everything. But I do really want to wait just like a couple more minutes for people to climb up in here. And I promise we will get into everything. I am going to talk a little bit about Mars retrograde because it does coincide or is influenced by some stuff going on this week. We also have the quarter moon in Aquarius, which I think is actually kind of interesting to coincide with some other stuff we got going on, which again we'll get into that. All right. Yeah, this is like, I feel like this is the week to just live life to the fullest, like just allow yourself to be open to things you're never really open to, and allow other people, maybe even just like the universe, to like change your mind on some things. Everyone is revolting. I think that is a reality that is happening. It's just how I want to say it. There's always different realities going on at the same time, okay? And whatever you focus on, whatever you invest in, whatever you are allowing yourself to like really buy into and believe, you're gonna see more of that particular reality. And I'm not like dismissing or invalidating some of the crazy shit that's going on in the world. I'm not. But there's other stuff going on too, right? So it's like, I'm not revolting, LOL, God of flow. Yeah, where's the cat? I think he's sleeping in the sun. Or is he in his playpen? He's in his playpen. He was sleeping in the sun. It's actually sunny today. It's like so pretty. I might go outside after we do our little hangout here. I want peace and happiness. Yeah, exactly. Possible pregnancies? Absolutely. A lot of sexual energy going on. It's hard to stay optimistic as of late. I get it. I get it. It's human, right? That's just like a very human thing. And I don't think it's anything to be like hard on yourself about. There is some crazy shit going on. There is. Like, there's no doubt about it. And like I said, I'm not saying to dismiss it. I'm not saying to like be totally ignorant to it or pretend like it's not happening. But there's a balance to everything, right? Like, just as much bad and crazy shit is out there, there's just as much good and there's just as much beauty. And it's really a choice what you choose to support, invest in, engage in. I think the last live I did, someone was mentioning that, and I just told them that like when you're seeing bad things, it's like, and it's upsetting you or it's like really affecting you in a really big way, there's always things you can do to help, right? whether it's as simple as like donating, volunteering, speaking up or speaking out about it in a way that makes you feel better, not in a way that just like feeds your anger, because that's like there's an unhealthy side to that too, right? But there are things you could do to like feel like you're at least doing something that could help, right? Instead of just like sitting and being upset. Like there's so many ways to go about that. But anyway, I digress. Online dating is tough. Oh, fake profiles and psychos, but I'm still hopeful. Oh, I gave up on online dating a long time ago. It like compared to what it was like, okay, little tangent, and then we're gonna get into everything, I promise. Compared to what it was like when online dating first became a thing, showing my age here. Um, it is a like night and day horror show. Like, I'm kind of like shocked and appalled at what I saw on online, online dating profile platforms and what have you in recent years compared to like when I first tried it, when again it was still relatively new. Um, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy out there. Anybody braving the apps, kudos to you, because I can't do that. I cannot do it. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so again, this is the weekly intuitive astrology reading for November 4th to the 10th. Hold on, let me get a little timestamp going here. Okay, so I want to quickly just go over just what to expect this week. So you can consider this to be just like a paraphrased summary of the astrology interpretation explicitly and also intuitive astrology on my end, and also some channel messages that I received as well. Okay, now keep in mind as well that when it comes to astrology, I know it's really tempting to get very attached and almost like live your life in this kind of like rigid way according to astrology. I get it. I get it. It's just how the human brain is just kind of programmed. But I really encourage people to like look at it as a very malleable thing, okay? And even in some ways, a subjective kind of art form, okay? There are so many different schools of thought and study on astrology from different cultures throughout time, and they all looked at the same stars. You know what I mean? They all looked at the same stars and celestial bodies that we look at today. And I think that that really speaks to just the level of variety of interpretation and like how we can be affected, right, by astrology and what we choose to ascribe to, right? If you choose to ascribe to doom and gloom for the week, then you might just have that in your mind and you might be closed off to like other things that aren't doom and gloom, right? So I'm just getting at the point of there's free will, okay? There is free will when it comes to looking at astrology and how that can affect your life. And I really encourage people to just look at it as a way to help yourself navigate difficult energies if you're having a difficult time, or if you're trying to like take advantage of a window, whether it's like, oh, finances are good this week, or oh, love is good this week, or health is good this week, then to take advantage of it, right? So just want to say that before I continue, but let's get into this. So this is definitely a week to allow yourself to open your mind and open yourself up to new experiences, like I was kind of mentioning already before as we were waiting for everybody to climb in here. But to open yourself to just all of what life has to offer and allow yourself to like have your mind changed about what's possible and even what you think just is, even in like a finality kind of a way. Like maybe you have some beliefs of well, politics, right? For example, of it'll never get better, but maybe it will get better. Or maybe you have some beliefs about yourself of, oh, I could never be the person who goes out dancing. Come to find out, you're an incredible salsa dancer, right? Because you're just letting yourself go there, right? So it's that kind of a week. This is also going to be a week where these kinds of experiences that are going to really show you what you really didn't know about life or what's possible. They're going to help you shatter some beliefs, like I mentioned, shatter some routines, old outdated habits or versions of self, especially around relationships, purpose, sex. Sex is definitely a big one this week, just saying, and individualism. There is also going to be this perceived experience. When I say perceived experience, it's a perception, right? So actually happening, or you just think it's happening. It doesn't even matter, but perceived experiences that feel fated, that feel serendipitous, destined, synchronistic when it comes to meeting people or even conversations. Conversations are going to be really big. I highly encourage you guys to be open-minded to speaking to people you wouldn't normally speak to, or even going places you wouldn't normally go, trying things you've been hesitant to try, like really getting out of your comfort zone, because I really think you're going to be surprised at how much it opens up your world and opens up your mind and opens you up to just new things, okay? Um, sex, play, passion, fun, all that good stuff is on board. And it will also bring about rejuvenated, like kind of an experience, like refreshing feeling, refreshing take on life. So again, go out and have fun and live life this week. All right. Here's something that's interesting though. As the week progresses, things become a little bit more serious and private, which I thought was kind of interesting. So have your fun, but just know as you get closer to like Friday, Thursday, more Friday, I feel like around the quarter moon especially, you may suddenly feel like you need to like bunker down and like really like get your plans in order or like get things done, cross things off your list. You just may feel very motivated to just like put some things into action because we have a lot of Sag energy. Some of you may be tempted to like speak on this stuff. I actually encourage you not to, okay? Towards the end of the week. Let me make that clear. Towards the end of the week. Hold on. Any plans about money management, resource management, investments, long-term personal goals, especially if they affect like your legacy or your foundations in life, like work, money mostly, right? I really encourage you to keep that to yourself towards the end of the week, okay? Especially with Mars opposing Pluto, which I'm gonna talk about in a minute. But yeah, just yeah, and we'll get into why that is. You're gonna be better off for it. I promise you. You'll be better off for it. Some people just might not react very well. Some people might push back on you. Some people might gaslight you. Some people might feel some kind of way about it. And they might not even know why. And not everybody will react that way, but some people definitely will. But again, I'm really feeling that more towards the end of the week. And I realize that Mars opposing Pluto is stronger at the beginning, but there's other reasons as to why that is. And like I said, we'll get into it. Now, speaking of Mars opposing Pluto, really strong T-square this week that includes Mars opposing Pluto. For those who are not familiar with T-square, it's just when you have an opposition between two celestial bodies, and those same celestial bodies are creating two individual squares with a third celestial body, and it's with Juno in Scorpio, okay? Some of you may have been aware of that, some of you may not have been aware of that. It's a very interesting T-square, but the Mars opposing Pluto is wrapped up in Mars retrograde, okay? We're still in the pre-shadow. Mars goes retrograde on December 6th and will go stationary direct, I believe, February 23rd. Okay. Now there are 5 pretty distinct lessons or themes that's kind of baked into the retrograde cycle. Being in the pre-shadow, all of these like little elements and situations and circumstances are coming up that will be part of those lessons for us personally. Okay. They circulate around Chiron, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and the North Node, actually. So with Mars opposing Pluto, it actually is highlighting competition, but how competition is just like a trap, basically. And this is why I feel like Mars opposing Pluto is not as bad as people are making it out to be. Again, person dependent. That's like a very subjective thing, right? Everyone's different. But as long as you don't like fall into the trap of like competing with people or people dragging you into dramatic bullshit, you're probably going to be fine. Honestly, it's really only if you take the bait, right? And you can take the bait even internally, right? If you get into that place in your mind of like you need to compete or you need to like win or overcome something or like or prove something, if you fall into those traps mentally, yes, it can affect you, but it doesn't have to affect you. All right. The other reason why competition is also being highlighted here is also it's kind of a contrast and polarity to collaboration and cooperation and collective and community. And with Mars opposing Pluto, the reason it's also less than a Mars retrograde is because it happens 3 times during the entirety of the retrograde phase, including the pre-shadow, the retrograde, and the post-shadow, okay? This is the first time we're experiencing it in this process, and this is with Mars being in Leo and Pluto being in Capricorn. However, the next time it happens, it's going to be in January. I believe January 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. Pluto will be in Aquarius. And the third time it happens in April, Pluto will also be in Aquarius. So you see what I'm getting at here. With Pluto being in Capricorn, it's highlighting that like competitive ambition, succeeding energy. While Pluto in Aquarius is going to be like, yo, we can just do this together. Hey, there's kind of like a bigger thing going on here, and we could actually like just all be in it and just recognize we're all just in it, right? So this is just the lesson, right? There really is no competition. We're all just individuals co-creating reality. That's it. That's it. And if you keep that in mind, you're probably going to be fine. Other people may not be okay around you, but that's not your problem, right? That's not your problem. You don't got to worry about them. I mean, if they're family and you live with them, okay, have a sit down and have a conversation or whatever is needed. But as far as anybody outside of that realm who's like picking fights with you or losing their shit or feeling insecure or whatever, just remember, oh, that's an individual who just doesn't get that like we're all co-creating. And we all actually really want the same things. At the end of the day, everybody wants to feel safe. Everybody wants to have some fun. Everybody wants to have good experiences. Everybody wants to be respected, right? It's like we all have very similar basic needs and wants that like culture, race, whatever, like age doesn't change those things, right? So just keep that in mind, especially if you start to feel like you're getting sucked in. It'll just help to keep you in a good perspective. Because the other thing about this opposition, the beautiful thing with oppositions versus squares, right, is that it's about balancing the polarity more so than like a true fight. So when you can balance the polarity, a lot of beautiful things can happen. And with Mars, Leo, Pluto, Cappy, that's like very ambitious, passionate, gung-ho, focused kind of energy. And you can get a lot of shit done. You can really find a lot of success in whatever your focus or personal goals are. So if you can find the way to harmonize that for yourself and stay focused, maintain integrity, all those things, you actually could create some magic for yourself. Like even as I said that, I was feeling very like magician-like energy in all of that. Okay, so don't worry about it. It's too much. Don't worry about it too much. Now the Juno component, I like feel like this is like going beyond the overview at this point because I just can't help myself. But the stage, if you will, the context in which these kinds of things can play out are going to be relationships and partnerships that are either karmic, okay, spiritually oriented, business and financial oriented, sexual, or even relationships that have been life altering for you. This is where that can play out, okay? So I know that covers a lot of different types of relationships, but it is what it is, all right? Now, before we progress, I do also want to, hold on a second. Oh, maybe I'll come back to that. Okay. Give you some signs and degrees to look out for those who know how to do that with your chart. If you don't know how to do that, you just look at your rising sign and it'll basically show you like what signs and like their degree ranges fall on each of your houses, okay? So, and I basically am just giving you the signs and ranges to look at for certain things. Now, trying to keep it simple because there's a lot going on and there are some like very important things happening here and there's a lot. So anyway, I'm reiterating myself. There's 4 significant signs that I think are worth watching, okay? Sagittarius being the first one, probably the most important one, all right? Hold on, I forgot the timestamp. I feel like even as I'm talking, like I feel like I have like almost like an engine revving like within me and I'm like, I'm like not used to that. It's just a lot of energy. Anyway, Sagittarius. I would even look at the whole house. Some of you guys, that's going to overlap with a couple houses if you don't use the whole house system. To each their own, okay? But the whole house of Sag is pretty significant. If you want it specific degree ranges, 5 to 15 degrees and 20 to 25 degrees. Venus and Mercury are stirring a lot of things up. In this section of your chart of your houses / house, this is where you should be living life to the fullest, where you'd benefit most from it. And from just having fun and enjoying things and being open to things. There's also going to be a lot of charisma and flirtation that goes on in this house. And you may even feel more confident in your ability to like flirt or communicate or even persuade. Yeah, persuasion's a thing, especially in the beginning of the week. Persuasion's a thing. You might want to write that down. Because like you may be persuasive, but so can other people. My inner Scorpio is like, people trying to be persuasive, I don't know. It's like, just keep an eye on that. Anyway, so Sag. Leo and Scorpio, very, very important. 0 to 5 degrees. This is actually circulating around Mars and Juno, around the T square that I already talked about. This is going to be relationships in the way that I spoke of before: sexual, business or financial, karmic, spiritual, life altering kinds of relationships. Though that is going to show up in both of those houses, okay? As is that, like, I like even just tuning into Mars, I'm just like, whoa. It's just like it's a lot. It's a lot because with sexual energy, you can do a lot of things. You can just engage in sexual activity. Nothing wrong with that. We enjoy that, don't we? Or you can actually be productive with it. And I do think that's going to be another lesson of Mars opposing Pluto, the whole competition versus just like collaborating in the way I spoke about, for sure, but also how to actually harness sexual energy, how to harness ambition and sexual energy and like do something productive with it, make magic with it, be a magician with it. Hold on a second. Especially when it comes to just staying on track with your goals, right? Because sometimes the energy can get way out of hand, and just tuning into it, it's just a lot. Now, the third one circulates around Pluto. So that touches Leo and Scorpio, right? Because of the opposition in the T square. But because Pluto has like it's in Capricorn, I still feel like Aquarius is important here. So I actually would look at Capricorn 25 degrees to Aquarius 5 degrees. Don't discount Aquarius here just because Pluto's not there yet. Excuse me. Mars being in Leo already kind of activates the Aquarius energy here. In my opinion, maybe there are a lot of astrologers that would not agree with me, but that's just my opinion, okay? Keep your eye on that house because like Pluto is a major change agent here and just worth paying attention to, all right? Okay, that being said, let's get into the actual astrology here and break some of this down, but the overview gave you everything you needed to know. This next portion is really just for people who really like to get down and dirty with astrology details, okay? All right, let's see. Starting this at 22:15. All right. Laughter is the best medicine. That's what this first section is about, okay? This is all circulating around Venus. Venus is in Sagittarius this week and is actually working with Pallas Athena in Sagittarius while they're both opposing Jupiter. I'm gonna say this again. Sorry, I'm getting energy and I'm trying to talk at the same time and staying articulate and intellectual at the same time. Venus and Pallas Athena are conjunct. They're working together in Sag. They're right on top of each other. They're both opposing Jupiter. While at the same time, Venus, Pallas Athena is working with Chiron in a conjunction, not conjunction, trine, sorry, and Jupiter is sextile Chiron. Let's say that again. Venus is conjunct Pallas Athena. They're both in Sag on top of each other, opposing Jupiter and Gemini, and all of them are working with Chiron in Aries. This is very positive. This actually feels very like, I almost like giddy. Like when I first was like writing my notes around this, I was like, ooh, okay. It's like giddy, 6 of Cups, spicy, fun, maybe even a little tender at times. Like it just feels really good. What I was getting with this is relationship experiences that offer fun, play, and passion almost as like an outlet. Okay, to create new experiences that can open you up mentally, spiritually, and physically. Just saying. This is very healing and will assist in breaking and shattering all old beliefs, outdated beliefs, and perspectives and habits, which I thought was really interesting. That was coming through as a channeling. Breaking some like serious habits that have had a hold on us is also going to be a theme this week for some people. Okay. And also shattering routines. This can also create experiences of shared learning. And this was also something that was kind of cool when I tuned into it. Almost like putting heads together and having this like, yeah, like helping each other learn, helping each other open up. And it almost felt like ding, 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 like almost activating downloads even for between people. Which I thought was cool. Also figuring things out if like suddenly you meet someone or like you're dealing with someone and you're like, oh my God, how did we not see that we can do this together or experience this particular thing together? It just feels like puzzle pieces are coming in quickly, being put together because people are being open-minded to it. It just feels like people are like activating each other left and right this week, okay? especially if you're encountering new people. So have fun with this. I think we should all have fun with this. Because even with the healing component of Chiron, it doesn't even feel direct. Like, how do I want to say? Sometimes with Chiron energy, I feel like we're like, oh, the feels, and oh man, okay, let me just like look at this, let me feel this out. Like, you know what I mean? That's like about Chiron sometimes. This doesn't feel like that at all. This feels very much like you're caught up in the moment, and as a consequence, before you even realize it, you're suddenly overcoming some old things. Like that's how it feels. It almost feels like a swift, like, yeah, like a swift healing that like you don't even know is happening in the moment that it's happening. It's very interesting. So fun, play, laughter is the best medicine here, and also will be leading to major activations, downloads, fun little outings and fun little get-togethers and fun projects, and it feels so good. It feels really, really good. So enjoy that. I would look to Sag in your houses for this. You could look to Aries and Gemini too if you want to, but I would really prioritize Sagittarius 20 to 25 degrees for where this could be playing out. Aries is definitely supporting 20 to 25 degrees, but that feels more internal to me. There may be some external situations that happen in that house for you. I'm trying to think of an example. Okay, I'll use my own chart as an example, okay? I know for me, this Sag energy is in my 6th house. Well, this Aries energy is like teetering 10th and 11th house for me. So like a lot of this will be happening within like the realm of work for me. A lot of this will also be happening in just like spontaneous events throughout my day. Like maybe I'm like on my routine and doing what I gotta do, and I'm like, and something interrupts me, or I meet someone and then I just kind of say, fuck my day, I'm gonna go and like hang out with this person and see what's up, right? That will lead to me making headway when it comes to my own like career, or even my sense of like purpose, or what my own vision is, and making changes there, but feeling like I can finally see and or do things that maybe I couldn't do before in those realms. So that's just an example. Okay. All right, moving on. I'm not even, sorry, I want to say this really quickly. I'm not even worried about the opposition with Jupiter here, because one, it's Jupiter, and then it's working with Sag, right? With Venus and Pallas Athena. So I wouldn't be worried about it. Sometimes an opposition with Jupiter can lead to like overconfidence, especially working with Venus, or even overindulgence here, like maybe getting a little too wild. But I feel like that's like what's needed, honestly. Yeah, I feel like that's what's needed. So I'm not worried about it. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. All right, let's talk about Mercury. Mercury and the Sun and Saturn, they're all kind of hanging out together this week. They're doing an interesting dance from the beginning to the end, because it's almost like at the beginning of the week, Mercury's doing its thing, and the Sun and Saturn are doing its thing, and then by the end of the week, they switch. I almost want to say like they switch dance partners, which kind of creates that like serious vibe that comes in towards the end of the week, which again, I think is only amped up from the quarter moon in Aquarius on the 8th of November. Okay. You're wearing that red. Okay, here's the thing. I love the color red. It's so hard to find red clothes. I don't know if I'm like the only one who's had this experience, but like every time I'm like seeking out like red clothing, I can't find it. Or at least I can't find it in like things that I would actually wear. And I was at Target the other day and I was like, oh, red. So I just like went for it because I do really love that color. But yeah, it's like a really hard color to find. Anyway, I digress. Let's move on to this next section here. Okay. So seeing clearly, if you allow yourself. Like I said, Mercury's doing a lot. At the beginning of the week, Mercury's working with the North Node in Aries and Vesta in Libra. By the end of the week, it's working with Saturn in a square, which is like, I was like, okay, not the best, but it's not awful. At the beginning of the week, the Sun is working with Saturn, but like I said, it's like there's a little switcheroo by the end of the week when it starts to work with Mercury. And by the end of the week, Sun is also working with Ceres and Orcus, which is like a nice little support. But let's get into it, okay? So with Mercury being in Sag and going from working with like the North Node Aries and Vesta in Libra, charismatic, flirty, confident communication, even feeling more confident about how you see yourself. is going to be a thing for some people. The North Node component of this, because it's a trine, there is going to be this, again, that feeling, that perceived feeling of like fate or destined events. Serendipitous experiences are going to be at play, but it's all going to be for the purpose of moving you forward and also supporting your own individualism and your own ability to feel confident in like making big changes and making big moves and initiating things, right? All amazing, all right? This is also going to bring a clear understanding of your wants and your own personal pursuits and how to embrace all of that and embrace life's passions. And I just circled live life to the fullest in a new way on your own terms. Okay. Beautiful stuff. I love it. Let's eat that up all day. Because sometimes we don't get weeks like this, right? Where the encouragement is like, go have fun. Like, we don't always get that. So I think we should just enjoy this. Now, Sun and Saturn, while Mercury is doing this, Sun and Saturn are doing something interesting because Sun is in Scorpio, right? And Saturn is in Pisces. When I tuned into this, it felt like a completely internal experience, not in a bad way, but just like whatever's happening internally at the beginning of the week on an emotional level, especially when it comes to things breaking down or breaking away from certain like emotional baggage or attachments, outdated versions of self, addictions are huge here too, that there's not a whole lot of communication about it, which is kind of what I was getting before, but this feels like a little heavier. Like it's happening. It's just happening, like as a consequence of getting out there and just trying life on for size, right? It's just interesting. Because with Sun and Saturn, like I feel like there are big things getting dissolved, like big things getting dissolved. And some of you are very aware of it and some of you are not. So it's just interesting. I just don't think it's being spoken, but it's happening. And then we get to the end of the week. And Mercury moves into a square with Saturn in Pisces. This is kind of funky business. Because Mercury in Sag likes to talk, likes to do, likes to act, right? Saturn in Pisces says, not so fast. Not so fast. And the more you actually talk with people towards the end of the week when this square is really strong, I think it's strongest on the 9th of November, if I'm not mistaken, you may get a pushback. Like people may feel repelled. And that's just like an effect, a cause and effect of Mercury being square Saturn. That's just kind of how it functions. Because Saturn wants you to like, especially being in Pisces, wants you to take time alone. Wants you to take time for yourself, take time to reflect away from people. While Mercury in Sag is like, no. But people feel that too. And it also is this like flavor of also not really wanting to really hear people's opinions, which is interesting because like at the beginning of the week, we're like open. We're encouraged to be open. Hold on. So much stuff going on right now. We're being encouraged to be open, but when we get to the end of the week and Mercury joins up with Saturn, it's suddenly like, please don't tell me what to do. It's suddenly like that. So absorb all you can with people at the beginning of the week. By the end, I almost want to say like take what you have learned from people, what people have shown you, exposed you to, and digest it, reflect on it, and like maybe incorporate that into your plans, into your investments, your to-do list, whatever. Because like at the end of the week, it's a time for getting shit done, getting things organized, getting things recalibrated, but like really on a solo level, okay? And again, speaking to like investments and all of that, the sun working with Ceres and Capricorn and Orcus and Virgo with that Scorpio component, that is definitely a hyper focus on succeeding, goals, money, legacy, investments, foundations, okay? And that definitely feels like keep that on the down low until people kind of mellow out around you, all right? Also, don't forget to hit the like button if you're in here. We got like 400 people in here. Please hit the like button. Other people appreciate it because then they'll get the video. Yeah, but that's just what I wanted to mention about that. Okay. And then we'll get to the last section here, which is the Mars opposing Pluto. I kind of already talked about it because I was excited to talk about it, but we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it again. Let's see. All right. Just doing a timestamp here. A little sip of water. Yeah, I did. I talked about everything I wanted to say already with this. Oh, Danny. Oh, oopsie. Thank you. Oh, it's so good to see you in here. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you for that, by the way. Thank you for the super chat. Hope the baby's doing good. I did see that. Yeah, thank you. Oh, it's just good to see you in here. It's been so long. It's been a long time. Okay. So Mars opposing Pluto. For those who are coming in late, I'm definitely going to reiterate this, but for those who are in the beginning, this is definitely just going to be a repeat here, okay? Now, we have this major T-square, right? Mars opposing Pluto, well, they're both square Juno and Scorpio. Juno and Scorpio highlights partnerships around sex, money, business, karmic energy, spirituality, or even just life-changing sort of relationships, okay? In whatever way you define life-changing. That's going to set the stage to be experiencing Mars opposing Pluto and like how to calibrate that. Okay. We're doing exhausting. I'm sure. I I mean, I've never had a kid. Um, but yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that comes with a lot on top of just life itself, right? Mm. Okay. Mars opposing Pluto, like I mentioned earlier, is all about ambition, winning, competition, sex, passion, focus, desire. Yes, this can get ugly, but it doesn't have to. Again, just don't feed competition. Don't feed the drama. Don't let people pull you into their bullshit. Don't even buy into your own bullshit when it comes to like, I need to win or I need to prove myself or I need to, get on top. Don't have a kid. Oh no, don't say that. Don't tell me that. I want to be a mom one day. I know it'll be hard. I know it'll be hard. There's no way it's not going to be, but I'm sure it's also very rewarding. I'm sure it's gotta be rewarding on some level. Excuse me. Um, where was I? Yes. So all of that. So just don't buy into the bullshit. Don't buy into your own bullshit. Just remember and keep in mind that everybody's just out here doing the best that they can, and we are in this together. We are co-creating a reality. Some people get it, some people don't. If there are things that you feel excited about for yourself, or even things that affect other people in a positive way, stay focused on it. Keep at it and keep your eyes on your paper, stay in your lane, right? That's also part of this energy too. Some of these relationships will also teach you how to harness the sexual energy and the ambition and the passion to actually succeed. Okay. I actually labeled this section Sex and War. A lot of sexual energy with this one. Because the other thing is, at the beginning of the week, Mercury is actually working with Mars and Pluto. Not for very long, but like the first couple days. So today and like tomorrow, in a trine with Mars and in a sextile with Pluto. That adds enhanced analytical ability, intuition, and that is the persuasion. Okay. So remember, these first couple days of the week, people are highly persuasive, perceptive, intuitive, and analytical. I would even say even a little bit more intelligent than they normally are. Okay. So be aware because people could use this to their benefit, to the benefit of others, or they could use it for evil, right? Right? They could use it for nefarious purposes. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, not everyone's your friend. That just came through as a channeling. Yeah, not everyone's your friend. Not everyone has your best interests at heart. Some people just want to win. And win what? Right? Win what for what? To what end? Right? Anyway, I could talk forever about competition and bullshit like that. And remember, this is also part of Mars retrograde lessons. So whatever goes on this week or whoever you meet, they may be sticking around for a while, okay? And they may play a very important role in your life for the next, like, where are we, November? For the next 6 months. Yeah, that's how long it's gonna go on for, okay? That's how long it's gonna go on for. It's gonna be a while. So remember, whoever you meet right now and get involved with sexually, financially, karmically, which is a lot of times also sexually, not always, but a lot of times, um, they're going to be prominent for a while. Okay? Not in a bad way. They're just going to be around. So just understand what you're signing up for. All right? Now, for where this can be affecting you, Leo, Scorpio, 0 to 5 degrees. Scorpio being more the actual like experience of relationships. All right? Leo is going to be that Mars energy, and I feel like it's going to be just a lot of internal emotions and feelings and heat, okay? Could also be some conflict that shows up in that house alongside where Pluto will be, which I would look to 25 degrees Capricorn to 5 degrees Aquarius because that Leo energy from Mars is innately activating the polarity of Aquarius, all right? So I wouldn't discount Aqua here, okay? Okay. Any questions before we get into the collective read? You have a lot of energy, man. Whew. I love it because I don't normally have a lot of energy because I don't have a lot of fire in my chart. And I look at people who have like strong fire, and I won't lie, sometimes I'm a little envious. Like they can do a lot, they're like super athletic, and I'm just like, man, that's cool. That's nice. And me with all my water. And even with my water and earth, it's like I feel like I can just like settle. I can like settle, move slow if I need to, and just like find a spot and just perch. I'm a percher. I like to perch. I'm scared starting a job tomorrow with a new person. Don't be. Like, remember, it's only bad if you buy into the bullshit. That's the only way it's going to be bad. Like, these experiences with that Mars opposing Pluto can lead to a lot of success and a lot of growth and a lot of achievement. It can be a very beautiful, positive thing. It doesn't have to be bad. It's up to you. It's really what you make of it. It's really what you make of it. These people, like, yeah, they may be prominent for the next 6 months, but some of them might stick around for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be bad. I have like 80% fire I would kill for water. Water is great, but like, I mean, okay, every element has the pros and cons, right? Because I feel like with water signs, I feel like people get fed up with us a lot of times. I guess people get fed up with all kinds of people, but like, I feel like people get fed up with our, um, how do I want to say, our need for emotional engagement. I feel like a lot of people who don't have water just get fed up with it. Just speaking honestly. Um, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's what it comes down to. Like it's just what I've observed. I feel like people have a very low tolerance for it unless they have a lot of water themselves, you know? Uh, 2/3 of my kids are cuspers. I'm like all fire and water. Oh, see, that could be fun though. It's very passionate. That could be very fun. Almost not water in mine. Kind of envious of folks who can easily feel their feelings. I, it's, I mean, I love who I am. I am who I am. But feeling feelings all the time is not all it's cracked up to be. Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes you just want to like just be. But like if you're highly empathic or you just like have a lot of emotional depth, it's a lot. Like I feel like people who have strong water or who have like high levels of like sensitivity or empathy, a lot of your life is just learning not to drown in emotions, I feel like, including other people's. Like it doesn't like for me personally, it doesn't always feel great to like feel what someone's feeling because a lot of times people don't want to admit what they're feeling. So it's like I'm feeling what they're refusing to feel, you know? It's like that's annoying sometimes and kind of crazy making sometimes, right? And okay, I'm not going on a whole tangent here. I could feel it. Like I think all this fiery energy, my Lilith is Sag, by the way. 9 degrees Sag. I actually was talking to someone about this the other day. Um, and I feel like it gets me in trouble and I'm like I'm feeling that energy. So I'm like, rein it in. So, like, hold on, let me calm down. That is like that and Juno, not Juno, excuse me. Juno, Sag, and Jupiter, Leo. Those are my only fire. That's it. Out of all the asteroids I look at and celestial bodies, that's it. That's it. And my Lilith definitely gets me in trouble for sure. Emotions tell the truth when a lot of dismiss and underrate emotions. Yes. That's a badass Lilith placement. Kind like I said, it gets me in trouble. So like here's the funky thing with this. And anybody who has Sagittarius 9 degrees, um, pay attention to like apply this to your own chart. Okay. Sagittarius 9 degrees falls on Antares. Antares is a fixed star that's associated with the archangels. There's 4 of them. I believe that one's connected to Uriel. The issue with Antares is that it is a star that evokes war, but not in like the greatest way. So it sits opposite to Aldebaran, which is in Gemini, right? And that one's associated with Archangel Michael. So when you have Aldebaran and Antares like prominent in a chart or showing up or even like between two people in like synastry, Aldebaran tends to like not dominate Antares, it's not the right way. Come for Antares. I'll say it that way. Come for Antares. Like Aldebaran has these implications in astrology where war is created with Antares. Aldebaran usually gets the praise or the victory. So I'm gonna say it. The victory. It's really just praise and recognition. Antares can create enemies. Um, so yeah, it gets me in trouble. It does. I love you opening up about yourself. Thank you. Oh, well, thank you for saying that, Dana. Thank you. Appreciate. Definitely appreciate. Interesting. Yeah. This has been occurring to me recently, and I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense with just like experiences I have with people, right? And it's in my sixth house, which is also the house of enemies, right? So when I get into like this vibe, uh, it triggers people. Like it does. It triggers people. It upsets people. It brings things out. Um, and sometimes they don't even know why, you know? Got here late, but the lipstick is giving life. Oh, thank you. I'll take that. All right, we've been chatting for a bit. Let's get to the collective reading here. Okay. I'm looking at the decks. Almost wish I had different decks today. We're definitely doing pocket archetypes. And we'll do star codes too. I'm not feeling Big Bertha today for some reason. Yeah, so I'll just leave that. Okay. 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 Can you recommend a good book for astrology and all the relations? Oh. So people ask me that a lot, and it's hard for me to answer because I started studying astrology when I was really, really, really young. So I don't even remember all of the books that I've read over the years, let alone like don't even have anymore. There's so many great books out there. There's so many great books. Right now, most of the books that I reference a lot are fixed star books, not necessarily celestial bodies. Like, well, they are celestial bodies, like planets, like planets and asteroids and things like that. Um, so yeah, off the top of my head, no. Um, sorry. Sorry. I don't think you can go wrong just like Googling and like Googling different books and like just letting your intuition guide you because all this information has been reiterated, oh God only knows, hundreds of thousands of times by many different authors, right? Sixth house is the house of enemies, yeah. Because the sixth house and the 12th house, they both relate to debt and losses of some kind, which is also why they're associated with illness, and then on the flip side, health. And enemies are definitely part of that, yeah, which comes up in the sixth house. Yeah, I know the houses are really fascinating. But anyway, I digress. Let's get started. So starting with the pocket archetype guidebook deck, excuse me, by Kim Krantz. For those who are new, I do list the links below for all of the decks, okay? But yeah, let's get into the collective here. The collective energy and messages for the week. Stuff requires a sip of water. What is all these noises? You're planning to offer astrology lessons on Patreon, right? I definitely have been creating a course on and off. It's, you guys hear that, right? Like I'm not crazy. On and off. It's been a labor of love, and I don't know when it'll be done. I'm just being very honest and transparent with you guys, okay? So it's been in the works. I just don't know when it will be complete. And when it comes to Patreon, there probably will be some changes in 2025. Every year I kind of change it up, and my patrons already know that. So just stay tuned for when that information comes through. I function in a very like feminine, intuitive way. Words. And I know a lot of people don't get it, and that's okay. They don't have to get it. A lot of the decisions I make and the things that I work on, the way I invest my time, yes, it stems from my own intentions, obviously, and what's important to me, but it's also spiritually guided. Okay. And a lot of times I won't get the next piece until it's like close to the actual deadline or like close to the day it's supposed to happen. And spirit does that intentionally to protect me, and other things. Um, yeah. So if you're coming to this channel expecting very predictable, very consistent things happening year after year, this is not the channel for that. Just being honest with you. It's a roller coaster over here. And that's just kind of how spirit keeps it. And it works. It works. And honestly, I think I would get very bored if there wasn't enough change, you know? Okay, anyway. Enough chitter chatter. Let's get into the reading. Let's get into the collective messages. Okay. We love the chaos. I've been trying to learn over the years to love the chaos. Any messages or insights for the collective at this time for the week? Any messages for the collective? They are showing me a rose, which is nice. It's always nice when a rose wants to come in. Rose as a medicine is very high vibrational. Obviously represents love, right? It's great for healing. It's great for calming. It's great for soothing, but it's actually really great for divination as well. I look at the rose also as a symbol of self-mastery, and that's something that's just coming through and wanting to be mentioned, okay? Any messages or insights for the collective this week? Yeah, 22 is coming up, so you guys could be seeing twos a lot. Maybe even like November 22nd. Oh, I just realized 11/22. Ooh, 11/22/2024. That feels like a special day. Any messages or insights for the collective, please? Any messages or insights for the collective? This is like a weird message. I feel like this is just for a small group of people. Something about bells and keys. This feels like a synchronicity or something. Bells and keys. Something about bells and keys. Maybe like keys are a thing for you right now. Ooh. Well, that's a fun card to get right out of the gate. The kiss. I want to get back to this bells and keys thing though for a second. It's like when I think about bells and keys just as like a symbol, one is unlocking, but one is also like, I guess actually in a way, bells can also be unlocking, right? Like just through the frequency of sound, right? Indicating something, the unlocking of something. Well, that's like very catalytic too. So I do feel like it's mostly coming through as like you are getting synchronistic things around keys or bells, or even maybe hearing bells or chimes. But I feel like it's highlighting the catalytic energy of the week. But let's come back. Kissy kiss. Some of y'all may be kissy kissing this week, okay? Some of you guys might be getting a little intimate this week. But the kiss is actually also a card that's catalytic to me, because what a kiss is it's a moment, right? It's a moment of an energy exchange that can be explosive, can come with bursts of energy and intimacy and bliss even, and sensuality and excitement. It is very catalytic. Like I'm hearing the term fireworks. So again, I think this is just highlighting that catalytic energy for the week. But some of you, this could be very literal, okay? Any messages or insights? I'm on my school campus and the bell just went off. Any other messages or insights? Hold on a second. Ooh. Oh, this is gonna be a nice week. I can feel it. It just feels so good. We have the kiss with the king. My, oh my. King is a very empowered energy. It's very akin to the emperor, right? King is also a generous energy though, too, because the king provides. The king gives. The king reacts externally. The king gets up and does, right? So it almost feels like there's a catalytic experience that's bringing life, bringing motivation to take action. Okay. Some of you, again, this could be very literal. Like maybe you are actually intimately engaging with somebody who is very emperor-like, or someone who knows who they are. They're very grounded. They're very confident. They got a lot going on. Maybe they have a lot of responsibilities, right? So some of you guys, it is very literal, but I feel like it's about bringing that inner king out in everybody. Any other messages or insights for the collective this week? Hearing thread, the word thread. That, okay. Thread, thread, thread. That almost feels like the path of Dharma in a way. It also feels like soul ties. You just may be very aware of your personal thread. I don't know how else to say that. You may just be very aware of like who you're connected to and why, like almost like soul contracts, like understanding of specific soul contracts. Others of you, it's actually becoming very aware of like the path you are aligned with, even like the path of like, I almost want to say your North Node, right? Like the path of your own personal dharma, karma, destiny, whatever word you resonate with in that vein. That's interesting. Ooh. Mm. Oh my God, this is so yummy. We have the Starborn. Starborn can be kind of starseed-like and a little galactic light. God, that was an interesting little psychic slip there. Starborn is this kind of like akin to the star card, right? It's like it's having that feeling of like high vibration frequency, being bright, being shiny, elevated even. Some of you, this is also coinciding with a rebirth. I feel like the catalyst is hatching the egg. Are we still in collective? Yes, we are. Yeah, I feel like something is hatching. The galactic light. I know. I was like, oh, that's interesting how that came out. Oh my God, there's gonna be a lot of surprises this week, guys. I just got bombarded. Like surprising phone calls, surprising texts, surprising emails, things like that. Even just like receiving certain contact is very catalytic in and of itself, or shocking, or like explosive, or just like whoa, like almost tower like. And it's forcing, oh my God, okay, hold on the cards. It's forcing the inner king, the inner emperor, the inner masculine, the inner authority to come out. To come out and handle business is honestly what I want to say. Yeah, to come out and handle business as needed. Because while there's a lot of engaging with people this week, remember, not everybody has great intentions. Not everybody has great energy. There's great energy here to be had, but not everybody's in that place in their journey or in their life, right? We know this. We know this. So having the inner authority, the inner king, the inner emperor, the inner like, yeah, authority coming out to handle business. It was also coinciding with like setting boundaries, saying yes, saying no, and be discerning at the same time. There's something else going on with the Starborn though. There's something else going on with the Starborn. What is this? It keeps bringing back to like catalyst. This could even be awakenings for some people. You could even be waking people up unintentionally, accidentally, even just by engaging with them. It feels like lightning, like tuning into the Starborn energy. That's how it feels. It feels like lightning. Also epiphanies and downloads, new ideas. Absolutely. Some of your third eye is going to open. Good luck. I don't know. Like for some reason it feels violent. I think it's because this like lightning feeling with the Starborn. Can I get another card with Starborn, please? Can I get a card for the Starborn? I knew the medallion was going to come out. I should have just called it. Medallion and the animal. Yeah, it's like it's bringing light out. Maybe galactic light out, divine light. It's bringing that out within you. It's bringing that out within people around you. And I also want to say like ideas too. like golden ideas, or even like project ideas, innovative ideas, creative ideas, knowing, inner knowings. Like it just is like boom, 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 boom. And remember, I was kind of getting that already with all the Sag energy with like Venus and Mercury, like engaging with people. It feels like da 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 da, like just activating each other left and right, downloads left and right, left and right, just cracking so many things open left and right, left and right, left and right. Kind of blowing people's minds. Even you may even feel like your mind is getting blown here, but it's all with light. It's all with light. The animal is definitely speaking to the primal energy that we have at play with all this like Sag, Scorpio, Mars opposing Pluto. The inner animal is passion, but it's also instinctual, and it's our carnal desires, and all of that is also coming to the surface too. Some of you, this is a sexual awakening, sexual activation. Feels very tantric too. Y'all know who you are. You all know who you are. Who you are. Who you are. In these catalytic moments, you and or people you're dealing with may suddenly have a realization about identity. Do you hear all the noises going on in this room right now? Of identity. Who we really are. Maybe even who you really are to other people. They're bringing me back to the threads. Yeah, to the soul contracts, the threads. Identification of soul family and the levels. I just saw like a ripple. And the levels of soul family, like who's like really close and who's kind of like here, but then who's kind of here, because we're all soul family, right? Technically speaking. But we resonate with people who are closest in our frequency, right? Versus people who are not. There's a better understanding of that. There's something else coming through here too. Someone mentioned pregnancy, and I did say like, yes, likely. I'm also seeing that here too, especially with the medallion next to the king, almost feeling like the king giving the seed, and then right, like catalytic explosion of life energy, even the egg symbology. Some of you, it's almost like the other end of the experience of actually giving birth, not getting impregnated, but giving birth, like very literal and also symbolic, like a rebirth, right? I feel like there's gonna be a lot of seeding of light and a lot of seeding of consciousness happening this week. A lot. Gosh, okay, this is a crazy reading. It's a crazy week. I'm looking at the other decks. I'm feeling the need to shift. Now I do want to pull Big Bertha out here. Shoot, let's do it. Let's do it. And I'm gonna do groups today. I don't know if I mentioned, I'm not doing elements, I'm gonna be doing groups. And I have my dice up here to help me with that too. Okay. All right. For those who don't know Big Bertha, she's a combination deck of the Starseed Oracle and Angels and Ancestors. Okay. For those who are curious. So much about the soul yeah, there's a lot with soul contracts this week. A lot. A lot. A lot. You will know who people are to you. And like why, and also why you're encountering them. Some of you are I'm hearing the word archetype. A lot of you, I think, are familiar with experiencing archetypes. Some of you are just going to be becoming aware of what archetypes are and how you experience them. Okay. I'm hearing lost and found. Some of you, that's very literal, like you're finding something that has been lost for a while, like a trinket or a piece of jewelry or something, or a photo. That's interesting, or a photo. But I'm feeling it's also metaphorical too. Soul retrieval, sure, but there's other things there too with lost and found, lost and found, lost and found. You may run into someone that you've known before, even if it's in another lifetime, right? Soul contracts. Lost and found. Lost and found, lost and found, lost and found. This is the week to, again, be leading very significant relationships, life-changing relationships, okay? All right. Big Bertha, what you got to say? Any other messages or insights for the collective in this moment, please, for the week? They're showing me from the Norman deck the book card. They're showing me the book card. A second. The book can be knowledge and information, but it can also be can actually be like secrets or even like family, and also relate to family and legacy. Why is the book out here? Yeah, this feels like coming into knowledge and information that's been hidden or inaccessible, whether it's like intuited, it's hard to say for a second, or very tangible information. Ooh, double mission. Light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. It's funny too, because like when I read it, I didn't see the mission part, and I wanted to say double life, not double mission. I wanted to say double life, but it's kind of the same concept. Some of you are going to be becoming aware of something else that you can do, something new that you can get sink your teeth into, if you will. Hobby, project, job, traveling, it can be anything. But I want to say it's going to be fulfilling, and it can feel like a new sense of purpose. And I feel like it's being seeded. Like the information and knowledge about that is being seeded or being presented to you in some way. Whatever you were doing before this comes into your awareness, you may continue, but maybe not with the same gusto, if you will. Some of you, this is absolutely about maintaining a very like physical reality 3D kind of job or like aspect of life while you're also doing some spiritual stuff, okay? Absolutely speaks to that. I keep hearing double life. I keep hearing, some of you guys may have hardcore Gemini in your chart. Yeah, I keep hearing double life. This is weird. Maybe some of you feel like you live a double life, but you have to. Some of you may feel like that's actually part of like how you need to operate while you're here on this planet in this incarnation, that you need to have two sides of you. Some of you, that feels very true. Like that feels very, very true for some of you. But others of you, I feel like you're just becoming aware of like, yeah, something new that's very fulfilling and exciting. And it feeds you. I want to say it feeds you. It gives you life. You feel inspired by it. Some of you have been waiting for this for a long time. Anything else for the collective this week? God, it's only Monday. I mean, I'm feeling a lot of this energy and I'm like, shit, it is only Monday. Any other messages or insights for the collective for this week? Wow. Am I taking these two? Yes. Why does this feel, I'm in the collective reading, but I'm like, why do I already feel different groups here? Okay, I'm going to put that off to the side for right now. We have Oracle, wait for important information, wait for the seeding of information and knowledge, right? And Eagle, see from a high perspective. I literally feel like this is waiting for the download. This is waiting for the seeding of information. This is waiting for the epiphany, the tower moment, the intuitive hit, the catalyst. Like that's literally what I'm feeling here. Like waiting for the eagle to drop in and give you something. Like that's literally what this feels like. The eye is really standing out to me as well with this. Interesting. They're bringing me back here. Even when this hits you, in whatever way it hits you, whether it's internally, like through a download or whatever, or it's through a person or something you're experiencing in your physical reality, don't jump immediately. They're highlighting what I was saying about Mercury about the end of the week. Like, buckle down, organize, make lists, get things done, research even. That will be very helpful for you. Yeah, even when it comes in, don't rush. Like, take it in. I almost want to say some of you may need integration time. Because are we all just getting activated this week? Is that what's happening? We're all just getting hella activated and we need to like process like whatever is like coming through this week for everybody. It's kind of how it's feeling. Wow. Okay. So something else came out here. What do we have? Huh. This feels like a very different energy. This feels like a very different energy. We have perspective. None of this matters. Zoom out. Common ground. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Stag, trust and thrive. This is in reaction to competition. This is in reaction to the pressures of life, society, expectation, success, achievement, all the stuff that comes with Mars opposing Pluto. And it's kind of the advice I was giving you guys before. None of this matters. Zoom out, common ground, right? It's not about winning. It's not about being the best. It's not about outshining other people. It's not about even getting like people to look at you like you're number one, right? It's not about that because again, we're all individuals co-creating a reality and we all have an important part to play in some way, shape, or form. And then trust and thrive. Just like if you are confronted by any of these energies that again are trying to pull you into the bullshit, take a step back, right? Distance, detach, take a step back and just trust that you know you and you know what you want and you know what's going on and you know what's happening and then it's all going to work out in the way that it needs to. Don't feed the bullshit. I feel baiting. I do. I feel baiting. Like, yeah, like people thrusting their opinions, like judgmental, critical, or like, oh, you should do this or you should do that. Like, things like that. Why do you do this? And why haven't you done, like, very pushy, judgmental, critical, baity, gaslighty, just all that kinds of stuff. Just take a step back. If that happens, just take a step back. All right. Any other final messages for the collective this week? And then we're going to get into groups. Oh no, I didn't write the time for the collective reading. Oh shoot, no. Oops, I've been so good about it too. If anybody knows the time for the collective reading, I would greatly appreciate it. I know other people would too. I can't believe I did that. I swore I wrote it down. I guess I got distracted. Oopsie. Any other messages or insights for the collective this week? Mountains, stand your ground. Well, I'd say that definitely coincides with Mars opposing Pluto. Stand your ground. And you don't have to do it in a way where you cause a scene or you play into the drama, right? I'm feeling the king energy here. Totally feeling the king, emperor, very masculine, and regardless of gender, right? Because we're all the polarity of all polarities. We are the polarity of all polarities, all at once. Deep sigh. Once he said, "Watch me forget," and I never forget. Haha. Yeah. That's totally what this feels like to me. You can be in your power. You can have a very firm, unyielding stance on things and be very clear, even energetically, without even needing to open your mouth. It is a skill to cultivate, not gonna lie. Oh, 2620? Thank you. Thank you so much. Hollow by Angel. Thank you. Thank you. You saved me so much time. Coming back. But this is also part of the catalyst, right? This is why this energy is coming on all of us because it needs to come out. It needs to come out. It needs to come out. You maintain power and stance by choosing you and choosing your truth and choosing to uphold the integrity of that. You don't need to tear people down to make that happen. You don't need to attack people, insult people to make that happen. People will respect you a lot more for not doing that, right? Lessons of power. Some people, wish I could sage in here. Some people are learning about power, what power is and what it's not. I think a lot of you have already learned this lesson, but maybe some people around you are just learning that now, right? Power is not pushy aggression, dominating, look at me, I'm better than you. That's not power. It's actually insecurity, right? But some people are still learning that. Don't be shocked if people go on a little bit of like ego trips or try to rub certain things in your face. It's just them being insecure. It's just them being insecure. All right, final card for the collective, and then we'll get into groups. Final card, please. Final card. Oh, this was a good, It's like making me feel warm and fuzzy. The golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. The collective started around 58 minutes, I think. 58? Oh shit, okay. Okay. Thank you, Marcy. Yeah, the math is backwards. Sorry. No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. No, real. Hey, you guys are helping me out. Thank you. I appreciate it. Don't worry about it. Um, I'm just trying to like think logically. We're at an hour, 15 minutes. Yeah, I think it probably is closer to 58 minutes. Okay. All right, let's come back. So the golden children, inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts. Some of you have birthed special children already. Some of you may be procreating and seeding special children soon or this week, even. I'm hearing priority. Golden children are the priority. There's a lot of meanings to this that's coming through, including our own inner children, our own inner golden children, like that fractal of self, if you will. And even with the rare gifts, right? Because there's so much about like catalysts and breaking open and right, and things coming up and out and coming to life and coming to the surface. That also includes whatever your unique skill set is. Jericho and Aquarius is also slightly active this week. I didn't talk about it because I was like, meh. I was like, compared to other things going on, it didn't seem like the biggest priority. But Chericlo is working with, if I can remember off the top of my head, is working with Mercury and the Sun and Saturn. That feels right. That feels right. I could be wrong, but that feels right. Chericlo's in Aquarius. So it's bridging with Saturn because they're neighbors. It's sextile Mercury and it's square the Sun. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I'm just feeling the Chericlo Aquarius energy here. Even with the golden children, there is a softness there. There's something about this energy where it's like, this is priority. This is priority. This is priority. And almost like protective of this energy. Now, this could be you standing up for your own inner child. This could be you prioritizing family. This could be you prioritizing children or kids, right? However you're connected to them, whether you work in a school or you have children or grandchildren or nieces or nephews, or you want to just help kids or protect kids, right? And again, don't forget your own inner child is wrapped up in this too. This is the priority now. It's interesting too, because I feel like our little group, our little tribe, this is the now. The mainstream collective, I want to say the masses, they'll catch up to this. It won't be immediate. It won't be immediate. I don't even want to get into this, but like, yes, we have the election. Don't even like to go there. But we do. We have the election. I'm not worried about it. It is what it is. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen, and everything will be fine because everything falls into place and everything has a way of working itself out, even if it looks a little ugly in the process. That's just how things are. Everything finds a balance at some point in time. But I'm just feeling this out. I want to say when Uranus moves into Gemini, take that as confirmation. When Uranus moves into Gemini, this may be focused on a lot in media or with the masses. You guys know I don't really like to go there, but it's something I'm feeling, so I just have to say it. And we may see things happen leading up to that transition of Uranus into Gemini that will highlight how important this is. But there's gonna be a lot of people who are akin to us or who are us, where we're making this a priority now. Ooh. I feel a lot after I said that. There's a lot in that. There's a lot in that. I know you guys can feel it. There's a lot in that. Okay. So that's okay. Nonchalantly, let's move on to the groups. And they may come kicking and screaming. I felt that too. Yeah, right. It was like, let me breathe a little. My job with children is literally why I have to cloak double life. Not many adults understand my other work. Oh, I imagine. Yeah, I imagine. I imagine. Um, so now my third eye is like freaking out. Okay, we're gonna get into groups now. I'm just gonna leave that there. I brought dice. I was like, God, can I even talk? I brought some dice on my little excursion that I'm on right now. I don't have 3 sign dice, which I thought could be kind of nice for groups, but we have 2 sign die, I should say die, 2 planet die, and then 2 house die. So we're just gonna roll with it, okay? Pretty lady in red. Thank you. Thank you guys for all the red compliments. I do really love that color. Anyway, so we're gonna use dice to like help you guys determine the groups. All right. Yeah, so that's how it's gonna roll. Let me just get the other decks ready that I know I want to use. Put you over there. Let's see. It's a good potential. I think we're gonna do 3 groups today. Just letting you guys know. Oh, wow, my head. Okay. Trying to fill out what oracle wants to be used first. Okay, star codes. Okay, perfect. Perfect. All right. So let's get started with group 1. Actually, we're making pretty good time compared to normal. I'm just realizing like, oh shit, yeah, we're already in the groups. Okay. Group 1. Messages or insights for this first group. Already I'm getting crescent moon and like a very like, I don't know if royal purple is a color. I don't know if royal purple is a color, but it's just what I'm getting. That feels very like Piscean, crown chakra, very psychic, very like almost out of body. Let's see. Any messages or insights for group 1, please? It's got a lot of energy behind Mercury. So let me just organize this. Ooh, okay. Oh my God. Okay, thank you. This is why I wanted to use the dice. They just made it apparent. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Makes so much sense. So I have 6 dice, right? I have 2 planetary dice, I have 2 zodiac sign dice, and 2 house die. And because there's so much relationship stuff going on, I get it. These are going to be some relationship reads. You can look at it as an aspect of self to an aspect of self. This doesn't have to be romantic. There's just so much interacting going on this week. I think this is why Spirit guided me to do it this way. It's just kind of fascinating. So, oh my God, I'm even realizing like the dice that I brought, they like match in that same way. Oh my gosh. It's just funny how spirit works, you know? Okay, let's put that over here. And I'll put that over here. So again, just like for the sake of like how to follow this is definitely, I'm reading this like you and another energy. It can be you and another person. It could be you and an aspect of you. It could even be you and spirit if you want to go that route. All right. So just take it as it resonates. You may resonate with both. So on one side, we have, see if I can hold all 3. Oh, that's a bit of a challenge. So that's kind of hard. We have, oh no, the glare. Oh no, okay, I'm sorry. Aquarius. The sun's like really shining bright now. Aquarius and first house, and north, oh my goodness, and north node, okay? Some of you could have north node Aquarius, even Leo, because I'm going to speak to the polarity there too. But then we have the first house highlighted. Some of you could be millennial. I think most of you are probably millennials anyway. But if you have north node Aquarius, you're probably like somewhere in the vicinity of like 1989 to like 1991, right? Some of you could be an aqua rising. This, whoever is resonating with this set of the dice, shit, did I do a timestamp? I did, okay. Just don't want to mess up again. Whoever's resonating with Aquarius first house on the North Node energy, it definitely feels like there's a massive ownership of self, like reclaiming of self, almost like not like bordering yourself up necessarily, but declaring this is me, here's the line you will not cross. Um, it's I'm not going to say aggressive, but some people might see it as aggressive. There's just a major prioritization of self. There's also this recognition, how do I want to say, how much strength you actually have, even how much innate leadership ability you have, and you want to do something with it. You want to do something with it, and this is your priority right now. It may rub people the wrong way, but it's important. Some of you are change agents, like agents of change, maybe even agents of chaos. Aqua sometimes is a little bit of a trickster energy, a little bit of sacred clown energy, especially if you have any aqua like early degrees, okay? That can come through sometimes. I'm also getting Taurus and Gemini. Yeah. Yeah, it's just feeling very like, this is my priority. This is what matters to me. This is what I want to do, and I'm focused in it. I'm anchored in it, and I'm ready. Almost was very masculine too. The other side is Mercury. It's funny, talk about trickster. Got a lot of trickster energy here. We have Mercury, oh Lord, Capricorn, and also first house. So a lot of first house energy between these two. Okay, someone obviously can have Mercury Capricorn, which would mean they're probably a Sag Sun, Capricorn Sun, or an Aqua Sun, most likely. I feel like this energy is very observant, almost quiet. The way these two energies are interacting, I feel like the Mercury Capricorn energy is just watching this North Node Aqua person. Almost like wanting a lot of distance. Wanting a lot of distance. Having the first house prioritized for both, it means that they both are prioritizing themselves. They're both prioritizing identity, the I am. I want to say the North Node Aqua person is really focused on, I want to say winning and accomplishing. The Mercury Capricorn, not so much. I almost feel more of like a feminine flowy energy with this person. And they're just observing and keeping distant. They're very quiet. They're very quiet. This energy might have a lot of water in their chart. I'm being reminded of the moon and the purple that I saw. So that might have been for this Mercury Capricorn energy over here. Yeah, they're very quiet. They're very quiet. Very quiet, very watery, very observant, but very organized. Yeah, a little Virgo. Well, Mercury rules Virgo, right? But very organized. This is interesting. It's weird. I feel like these energies are not actually interacting, but they're aware of each other. These could be two people that work in the same space, right? For example. Which one is this? Group one. This is a group one. Okay, let's go ahead and get some cards out here. This is gonna be an interesting day for reads. Let's do the Star Codes Astro Oracle. I'm gonna get a card for both sides here. Tell me about the Aqua North Node first house. I feel like this energy is very unyielding, like in their own nature, but like for some reason it's like more amped up right now. I feel like these two energies almost like, yes, we're also fam, but I feel like they come from like different tribes or like frequency. Like I almost want to say this one, Mercury Capricorn, is like almost has like rainbow energy. That's just how it's coming through, like rainbow energy. And then this one over here, it's more like I'm seeing like connections. Like it's very masculine. It's like, yeah, I'm just seeing like making connections, like logical. They may even like work with technology or really good with technology, almost like very galactic for some. They may even work with angelics, but it's very just like intellectual. Not that this individual is not intellectual, it's just that's a priority over here for this individual. for this energy. Can I get a card? I'm just going to call them the aqua person and the cappy person. That's just how I'm going to reference them. Can I get a card for the aqua person? Can I get a card for the... Oh, the card deck is like excited. Can I get a card for the aqua person, please? Let's see here. Wow. Moon and conjunction. That's interesting. That is so interesting because Aquarius does like to, how do I say, pull people together, right? It's like they do care about like community, but with Moon being here with conjunction, it's like it's eluding them. It's eluding them. And I think probably because they have this very like, must be this way, must be that way, like very intense kind of energy, almost like they're not exactly amenable to being adaptable potentially with others. I think there is a potential like, yeah, alliance here, but it's not happening. It's not happening though. It's potential, but it's not actually happening. Let's look at the rainbow cappy person over here. Well, that was fast. First house. Gotta love readings, right? So first house is all over this one. So I think that's what I'm gonna call group one. Just first house. Again, first house is identity, the I am, the self, even image. I feel like this like rainbow cappy person, I think is actually in a new cycle, a relatively new cycle, an experience of their reality, an experience of themselves. I think this is also why they're just like observing and they're just kind of being right now. Can I get one other card for the rainbow cappy? We got two more. Whoa. Whoa. Aries and Venus. I normally don't complain about the sun, but I'm like, there's just so much glare right now. So this is what's going on with the rainbow cappy person. First house, Aries and Venus. Look at all the flowers. All the pink flowers. I'm telling you, this person has like a lot of feminine energy, or they're in a lot of feminine energy, even though Aries is here. Aries is also about the identity and the self, right? I feel like this person is just in a place of just being. I even feel like just kind of loving themselves right now and loving the new cycle that they're in. And they're just observing and taking in information. Interesting. Let's go ahead and pull some other cards here. I'm going to use the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck. I just got a new job with my coworkers. And hope it's going well. I hope you're liking it. Okay. Tell me about Moon in conjunction for the aqua person. Tell me more about this aqua energy over here. Birds are a major thing. I feel like that whoever this is, they probably have early degrees Aquarius placements. I'd be shocked if they didn't, just because there's so much references to avians and like the visuals here, which is akin to Altair, which I think sits at Aquarius 2 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. But Hawk is being spiritually guided. Spirit's trying to lead this energy. I don't think they're listening though. This is why they have the moon around conjunction, because I feel like they are, I just feel like these two energies are supposed to be working together or talking or engaging in some way, shape, or form. And this energy is just like, it's not quite clear to them. But that's why Spirit's here trying to get their attention, because they're not really listening to that. Tell me more. Can I get another card for this aqua person, please? This aqua person might also feel like they're supposed to be, you know, I said that before, leading people. I just get a strong leadership energy over here with this person. Like they feel it's their duty to lead people. Moth. This is attraction, magnetism. This is also inevitable. This is my inevitability card. Spirit is trying to get them to go a certain direction with Hawk and Moth, and it's one that they can't avoid, but they are avoiding it. Like I feel like they're denying it. I feel like they're really in their heads and they're not really like in their hearts. They're not really like listening. They're just like logic, 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 head, 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 head over heart, essentially. And spirit's like, can we go this way now? Can we do this now? Please? This needs to happen. This is going to happen. Like, don't avoid it. Don't avoid it. Don't avoid it. This has to happen. For some people, this is also an unavoidable conversation. All right, let's come over to the Cappy rainbow person over here. Any other messages or insights? Black egg, communication. I did say there's like an inevitable conversation that's probably going to be taking place here. Black egg is the throat chakra, and they do have Mercury, right? So communication is a big thing for this person. I almost want to say a throat chakra opening. This might be also why they're taking things slow. I feel like, again, this energy is just in a place where they're really loving on themselves, and they're just in the present moment, and they're just taking things in. But I feel like something's about to, oh, swan, more birds. I feel like something's about to happen, though, as far as their ability to express and communicate, or what they need to communicate. Whoa. Okay. So many birds. So many birds. Phoenix with the root chakra. This individual has 2 chakra cards. Again, I feel like this Cappy rainbow person over here with Mercury and the first house, I feel like they're in a whole new cycle and they're just like acclimating to it. They're acclimating to it, but something about their voice, I feel like is actually being reclaimed, but it's happening as they're slowly loving on themselves. Huh. I'm going to get a shared animal card here for how the energies are aligning. How are these energies aligning? How are these 2 energies aligning in the near future? Ooh, through the feminine. Deer. This is the divine feminine principle. They're aligning in the near future through the feminine, through compassion, through gentility. That's what's needed. Meaning this person over here who's like ignoring spirit, and who's just like in the head and is like trying to push through, very masculine, they need to soften a little bit. And I almost feel like this like Cappy rainbow person actually needs to like finish whatever process they're in with this like loving on the self, reclaiming voice, reclaiming truth. And once they do that, I think the Aries energy is going to kick in a little bit more, and they almost might get a little bit more masculine, and then they're going to meet with the deer. Can I get one other one with the deer, please? Can I get one more with the deer? There's 2 more. Really? Well, that's interesting. We have owl and hummingbird, clarifying the deer and how these energies are aligning. Owl, another bird. Actually, 2 more birds, right? Hummingbird and owl. Okay. First house and birds for group 1. The owl is very high priestess-like, right? Very psychic, very intuitive. She is the night eagle. She sees in the dark. And it is a very feminine energy, which again, meeting through the feminine. Hummingbird to me is like a moment of a burst of positive energy. Actually, it feels a little catalytic here. The way these 2 energies are aligning, it is through surrender, it's through receiving, it's through compassion, it's through gentility, but it's also through truth. It's also through truth. It's also through seeing the truth. Something about that moment feels a little crunchy. I think that's just ego kind of getting scared, getting a little triggered, because it feels very vulnerable. It feels very vulnerable. Okay, let's pull some tarot on this. Okay. And remember, if you don't resonate with this, we're going to do 2 more groups. So. One more shuffle. All right, show me this aqua person over here. The aqua person gets the aqua court card, the King of Swords. I guess we're not surprised. Like I said, I feel like this energy is very in the head, Very in the head, very logical, very black and white, and like almost kind of cold and just kind of assertive and matter of fact. And that is very much the King of Swords. Okay. They don't have to be a man, they can absolutely be a female. Tell me more about this aqua person over here. I feel like their mind is set. It's just like very fixed. Ooh. Six of Cups. That's Sun Scorpio. Why is the Six of Cups here? Six of Cups is my patterns card. It's also a card of the past and even soul contracts. I feel like this person has like made up their mind on who they want to deal with. I just feel like they're being unyielding. Excuse me. They've made up their mind about the Six of Cups. This is still group one. That's what I'm getting. They've made up their mind about the Six of Cups. Their mind is set on specific soul contracts and those correlating experiences. Their mind is set about how they view their family. Their mind is set. Their mind is set. Their mind is set. This is such a weird vibe. Because I feel like there's like literally active denial going on. Like very active denial. Like if I just like believe it hard enough, if I just attach to it hard enough, it's just true. Can I get a third card, please, for this aqua person? Can I get a third card for this aqua person, please? Ooh, Page of Swords. Wow. Oh, this is so crazy. Because like both of these individuals are dealing with identity, right? And the I am. And the King of Swords and Page of Swords, I feel like the Page of Swords is highlighting like an inner child. For some people, this is actually them having their mindset about a family dynamic, like a parent-child dynamic almost. But I feel like it's them being very set on who they think they are, especially when it comes to their inner child. And it's keeping them from just seeing the truth, which is interesting, right? Because like the King of Swords is usually pretty clear, right? Usually pretty intelligent. And not to say this person's not, they are, but I just keep getting their mind is set, their mind is set, their mind is set. Their mind is set. Their mind is set. Their mind is set. Yeah, this is totally about them and their inner child. Huh. What are they running away from? I'm gonna get one more card for this person and we're gonna move on. Oh, more swords. Sword of Truth at the bottom. Can I get a card for the Six of Cups? What is it they're attaching to so hard? For the Six of Cups, we have the Six of Swords. They've made up their mind and they're not changing it, and they're also like putting it away is actually what I'm getting with the Six of Swords. I've made up my mind and it's done. I've made up my mind and it's done. I've made up my mind and it's done. Okay, I don't think we're gonna get much. I feel like I'm trying to get blood from a stone here. I'm just gonna leave that alone. They're fixated anyway on their mindset. Doesn't even matter. Coming over to like the rainbow cappy person. Remember they had the phoenix and the black egg. Let's take a peek. Let's see. We have Six of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Sometimes the Seven of Cups can be confusion or illusion or options. I actually am feeling a little bit of fantasy going on here. Almost like this energy is like daydreaming, contemplating the Six of Pentacles, which is a reciprocity, right? It's give and take. Wrote it. Oh, you guys are sweet. It's equal give and take of relationships and exchanges. I keep feeling daydream, fantasy, almost like a yearning. This is what's desired. I think this person can have that, With the aqua person, I don't know. Why do I sense hate on aqua here? I don't hate aquas. I don't hate aquas. I don't hate aquas. Um, Coming back. I don't know if this person will be able to do that with this aqua person. It's interesting too. You have three of the sixes are out here. Because this person seems very set. And they're not yielding. They're just not yielding. But this is just something that this Cappy person's wanting for themselves. Can I get another card for the Cappy energy over here? Can I get one more card for the Cappy person? And then we'll see how the energies are aligning, and then we'll move on. Eight of Cups. Okay, I actually like seeing that for the Cappy person. Again, I feel like this Cappy, Mercury, Rainbow person, again, they're just kind of being. They're just kind of being, they're kind of living on themselves through like getting into this new cycle that they're in. With the Six of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Eight of Cups, there's an Ace of Cups here. As much as they are yearning for this like give and take, and maybe it is like wanting that with this aqua person, they are deciding to let it go. They are deciding to let that go. Like you can yearn, you can daydream, you can fantasize, but it's almost like, let me let this go and drop this weight so I can actually go to the 10. The 8 always goes to the 10. Okay. Okay. That's nice. How are these energies aligning in the near future? Whoa. Oh. Okay. Three of Swords. For these energies to align, it clearly needs to be through the feminine. It needs to be through compassion, through surrender, through softness. Okay. The Three of Swords being here, I mean, I feel like these energies have to know each other. I feel like it's tension. I feel like it's tension and discomfort. I don't feel like pain or heartbreak. I just feel tension and discomfort. That's going to have to be addressed, but I almost feel like it might prevent the free will choice that both parties will have to make here. Tell me more about how these energies will be aligning in the near future. Ooh. Ooh. Three of Swords and Death. The tension's going to have to be addressed. However, this tension is being created with these two energies. That's how it has to happen. Again, I don't feel like grief. I don't feel heartbreak or anything like that. I just feel like, there just needs to be an addressing of discomfort and tension and friction. Can I get a third? But again, both people have to make the choice, and I don't know if they will. I just want to close your curtains. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry. I know, so much sun. Very unexpected. Yeah, and then there's the compassion. Knight of Cups. But that's a free will choice. So if you are resonating with this and you're one of these energies, it takes two, right? It takes two. So this needs to happen, and then the compassion needs to happen. Good luck, group one. Okay. All right, moving on to group two. Just clearing the board. Where's, oh, okay, there. All right. Group two. Let's see. 148, 35. I got it. I got the timestamp, guys. I promise. I got the timestamp. Okay. Thank you. I love it. Okay. Wow. Whew. Actually, let's do a little. Yeah. That feels good. Get a little clearing going on there. Okay. Coming back, let's go into group two, please. Group two, what's going on for group two for this week? Group two for this week. Let's see, group 2. Let's see what we have here. Ooh. Okay. Whoa. 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 Group 2. It's intense. It's intense. We have one person over here with the moon, 10th house, and Capricorn. Okay, and Capricorn. Some of you could be a Cappy moon. Some of you could actually be an Aries rising, because you could have Capricorn in your 10th house as your midhaven. But this energy feels very, yes, ambitious, but like devoted. I want to say devoted. This is a very devoted person. Sometimes they could be serious, but a lot of their emotional stability and what they care about is all about like things that they can do, things they can build, how they can provide even for other people. This is a very like, I need to, like someone who like functions off of getting up and doing things for others, but like in the realm of building up things up for other people. It's a very nice energy. It's a very solid energy. Are these love readings? They don't have to be. They don't have to be. I was just guided to do it this way, so I'm just flowing with it. If it's feeling like that to you, right, then it's feeling like that to you. This is about you and another energy. It can actually be you and an aspect of yourself, so you can resonate with both, okay? But it can be about you and another person. You could even look at this as you and spirit if you want to, okay? Moon in 10th house, or moon on Capricorn is detriment, right? Technically, technically. Not debilitated, but detriment. Yeah, technically. Yeah. But I just feel like this person's all about devotion. That's kind of all they want to speak on. They don't even want to give me much else. It's interesting because that also tells me that's like all encompassing for this person. Hold on. It's crayon, all three of those. Oh, well, interesting. Keep the sun on you. I know. I know. I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. The sun will pass. The sun will pass. This person is like, yeah, that's all. That's all they're about. Like that is who they are. That is who they are. The other side, we have Gemini. Okay. We have the first house, and we got Pluto. It's like, wait, I can't even like hold it up right. And we got Pluto. This energy is like going through it. Honestly, this energy is going through it. This person can be a Cabby rising or a Gemini rising. I'm actually getting a lot of 12th house energy with this person. They could have a lot of Pisces in their chart, not necessarily, or their 12th house is being rocked right now. I feel like this person is getting broken down right now. Not in like a bad way, but like what Pluto does, right? Pluto is like, yeah, let's get in there and like really get in there, shake things up and bring things apart and bring things up and out, right? I just feel like, yeah, a lot about this person just feels very malleable right now, but in a way that's very uncomfortable. And I feel like they're going through a lot of like karmic closures, I want to say. So we have one just like person who's all about devotion and being solid. And then we have someone who's really going through it. Okay. Wow. Okay. It's interesting. That's like all that wants to be said. The other reading, there was a lot going on, almost like there was a lot not being said. But I feel like both of these energies, they have their focuses right now, is what I'm getting. And it just is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and get some cards from these star codes, Astro. Okay, Oracle, words. All right, I think I am going to close the blinds because the sun is like really bothering me now, so I'll be right back. Okay. Whew. Okay. This is the only thing. It just gets super dark without any of that light. Oh no, oh, actually, it's okay. Um, Hold on, I'm trying to think of a makeshift situation here. Um, Hold on. Is that better? Ooh. I don't know. What do we think? Lighting is such an issue here. Um, ah. Hi, I really catch these lives. Hi, welcome. Uh, it's better. It is. This is better. Good enough. Oh, it's like it's bothering me so much. I'm like not used to my face being lit up like this. Um, oh, it's really bothering me. Um, I'm gonna try something with the curtains. Hold on, I'll be right back. Yeah, I don't like this. This ain't working for me. Okay. Be back. Oh, actually, you know what? This is fine. We'll deal. This is this is fine. My phone just keeps dimming, and so it looks darker for me than it does for you. So hold on, let me just change my brightness here. Okay, we're fine. We're fine. Let's get back to it. Yeah, let's look into these energies. All right. Tell me about the moon happy person. Whoa. Am I taking those? No. Okay. I say no light. It's good. Yeah, this works. This works. Tell me about the moon happy person for group 2. Tell me about the moon happy person for group 2. Okay, let's see what we have here. Ooh, this is going to be a juicy one. I can feel it. Leo and solar calm with clarify. This person, like I said, they're very motivated to be devoted, okay, to something, to a person. They like to provide. I almost want to say they even like to like protect and just look out for people. The Leo energy to me, they may have strong Leo in their chart. Wait, if they're Cappy 10,000, no, that'd make them an Aries rising. Some people, this might be a Leo rising. I just got like a Leo ascendant vibe really quickly. They're passionate about what they decide to be devoted to, but I feel like they're almost trying to restrain themselves right now with these solar calm. And again, if this is about you and another person, I feel like this energy wants desperately to help this energy over here, but they're like holding themselves back. They're holding themselves back. And even if they're not trying to help this energy over here, I think this energy recognizes, I think this moon Cappy person recognizes that they need to not be like so gung-ho, like overly devoted, like to reserve their own energies, even for themselves. I think they're aware of that. I feel like they're almost aware of like an unhealthy pattern that they have. And so they're trying to do their best to like restrain themselves. Okay, let's look at the Gemini Pluto person. I don't think anybody alive would have Pluto Gemini, but that's why I'm thinking like they're probably like a Gemini rising or a Cappy rising or something like that. Tell me about Gemini. I'll just call them Gemini person. Tell me about this Gemini person for group 2. Tell me about this Gemini person for group 2, please. Whoa. Yeah, well, we kind of knew that. Uranus with change. Yeah, we knew. We knew they were getting rocked, right? So this is just really emphasizing that. I want to say like breaking down, like things in their life, or even just like an internal breaking down is happening for them. Their identity is going through a big upheaval, almost like identity crisis for some people. It's a lot. They're dealing with a lot, and I feel like they're overwhelmed. Can I get a second card for this Gemini energy over here? Can I get a second card for this Gemini energy over here? They just told me another way to look at these readings, the way that we're doing them today. You can just be one of these energies and the other can be someone around you, whether you are aware of it or not. Okay, so it's almost like getting 6 groups in 3. And so they just clarified that for me as I was trying to get into this Gemini energy. So just mentioning. Okay. Can I get another card for this Gemini energy, please? Oh, Chiron. Yeah, this person's going through a lot. Okay. This Gemini person is going through a lot. Ugh. I feel like with this like breaking down or breaking apart, it feels like they were being forced to like really see just so much about their own insecurities, fears, their own hurts, or even like a false sense of identity that they've been engaging in. It's a lot. Like it's being forced to look at things that feel crippling. They're not crippling, but that's just like how it feels to this person. Like I feel like they're really struggling to handle this. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get into the animals here. Sorry, my nose is itchy. Even just being in their energy, I'm like, oh, I'm getting worn out. Coming back to the moon cappy person over here, this devoted person. Oh my God. Yeah, that's totally this person's energy. We have elk. Elk is totally like the ultimate partner parent, like ride or die, holding it down. I got you. I'm building things up. I'm making things stable. You can rely on me. That is totally this person's energy. So they carry divine masculine energy, even if they're a female, it doesn't matter. Ooh, this person is something. This person is something. While they really act out of their masculine, they're very balanced with their feminine. But it's almost like they prefer to be the elk, but they're also the tiger. They're also the tiger, but they prefer to be the elk most of the time. Tiger is divine feminine wisdom as well. So it's like you have divine masculine, divine feminine showing up here in different elements, in fire and in earth. The tiger is also a card of spiritual awakening as well, but it's passion, it's sensuality, it's ferocity. I'm doing groups, not elements. This person is both. This devoted person is both. They just really lean into their elk. Wow. Very cool. Thank you. This is also why they're being called to like rein in the elk energy, because they need to lean into their tiger more. And I feel like they're in a moment where like it's going to suit them best to do that. Can I get a third for this Cappy moon energy, please? I feel like the deer is going to come out a lot. We got 3. Oh, wow. We got 3 more for this person. Oh. We have black egg, throat chakra coming out again. We have the mouse. That's very Virgo for me personally as a reader. And then we have deer, more divine feminine energy. She specifically is the divine feminine principle to the divine masculine principle. It's basically like having the emperor and the empress showing up in this one person with the moon Cappy. Okay. Let me tune into this mouse. The mouse, I almost wanted to give this person a hug. There's like nervous words is what I'm gathering. There's nervous words. What's the nerves about? What's the nerves about? What's the nerves about? What's the nerves about? again, if these are energies that are representing you and someone you know, I almost feel like, again, this energy wants to comfort the person who's going through a lot of shit. Okay? They want to comfort this person. And I think they just like, they don't know how to do it in a way where like they maintain their own sense of balance and in a way where they can also comfort this person. Because sometimes people just got to go through what they got to go through. Sorry, I guess there's a plane. This is group 2. The deer, like I mentioned in group 1, represents compassion, right? Because she's that divine feminine principle. Having compassion for this anxiety is also going to be key for this person, for this Happy Moon person. God, I feel like this person's needing to fight their like impulses for their own sense of balance, for their own health even. They're fighting their own impulses here. I think the nervous words are going to come out in the tarot. I can't shake this feeling of like, I'm nervous to say this. I'm nervous not to say this. Like something wants to come out, but they're like, oh my God, do I? Do I not? Do I? Is it healthy? Is it not healthy? Like they're even like trying to discern if what they want to do or what they want to say is even healthy or not. Interesting. All right. Let's look at the Gemini person who's going through a lot. Okay. Okay, we have Horse. Horse is actually the master of earth in this deck. The horse is a multitasker. She's kind of a feminine energy to me, but she or he also represents independence, stamina, grace, beauty, strength, right? I think this is an image that this Gemini person is used to maintaining, or this is a role this Gemini person is used to maintaining. I feel like this person in tarot might come out as like a Queen of Pentacles. It's just kind of the vibe that I'm getting here with this individual. The massive changes that are happening, I feel like are dismantling this role of horse for them or image of horse for them. And it's a lot. It's a lot because I feel like they've wrapped up their identity as the Queen of Pentacles or the horse. Tell me more about this Gemini energy over here. Moth. Moth is coming out again here too. Moth, again, a card of inevitability, inevitable magnetism, attraction, being pulled to something or towards something, or something being pulled towards the horse. I feel like the moth is almost representing the breakdown. Like it's inevitable. Because something about the role of being the horse for this person or taking on the identity of the horse for this person, it's not authentic. Or they've outgrown it and it's time to move on. Oh, thank you. Thank you. They said Chiron. The horse is rooted in Chiron. It feels like the horse as a role or an image was developed out of an unhealthy place. Out of an unhealthy place. Almost like too much of an emphasis on, oh, well, that makes sense, on materials. Too much of an emphasis on materials or success or achievement or being seen as somebody who's abundant or being seen as someone who has it all together. This can be like a perfectionistic sort of an issue. This can also just be like, I want to look like someone who has it all, or I want to look like someone who's wealthy, or I want to look like someone who's successful, or even like I want to be kept. That could even come through that way. But it was born out of an unhealthy thing or like some sort of trauma, and it took this person away from who they really are, which is why it's getting dismantled now. Can I get a third one, please? And it's not to say this individual can't have materials or wealth or whatever. It's not to say that they can't, but it's like they've tied their identity to it, which is not healthy. Ooh. Dragonfly and Gazelle. Suddenly I felt the need to get a little quiet and softer. Gazelle is a 3 of Wands energy. It's anticipation. It's observing and it's anticipating. Dragonfly is perception. It's also the ajna here. It almost feels like, oh, yeah. Like, you know, when things are going really rough, right? And sometimes we're just like, Spirit, please help me. Spirit, please come. Where are you? We all go through that. we've all experienced that. I know we all know what that feels like, and that's what this feels like to me. Like it almost feels like a prayer, to be honest. A prayer to see their way out of it. Yeah, to see their way through. I'm gonna say to see their way through. They're praying to see their way through, but it's through intuition. So this person, I think, is probably very spiritual or spiritually inclined, if you will. Oh, I feel for them. I feel for them. Now, how are these energies aligning in the near future? How will these energies align in the near future? Now, remember, this can be, you can just really resonate with one of these and you're probably not aligning to this other individual. If you resonate with like this being you and another person, this is obviously about you aligning. It could also be about you aligning all these aspects of self. Okay, just want to be clear. Hummingbird coming out. So through a positive experience, through optimism, actually. Through optimism, I'm getting like that Saggy Jupiter energy. Through optimism. Tell me more about the hummingbird for how these energies will align in the near future. Peacock. Oh. So Peacock for me is normally a masking kind of a card, but I don't feel that here today. I feel the beauty of it. I feel the beauty of it. It feels like optimism, play, beauty. That's how these energies will align. That's how these energies will, I almost want to say, like, be able to come together and even maybe even help each other. Can I get a third? Which makes sense, right? It's like when we're going through shit, sometimes we need to laugh, right? Sometimes we need to laugh. Sometimes we need to remember that there are good things in life to experience, even if they're just fleeting moments when we're really going through shit. Can I get one more card for how these energies will align in the near future? It literally isn't talking about that. The tarantula, which is tension in a crossroads. It's a Two of Wands moment. I feel like these two energies, again, if it's someone that you know, or even if it's a version of you trying to like align with aspects of yourself, it's through optimism, it's through beauty, it's through play, it's through pleasure. And that's needed because it will take away the tension of how rough how rough this is essentially. And even for the moon cappy person, right? Because it's like there's so much about devotion for them. Like sometimes we can just be human and like go see a movie or go have a drink, right? Or go see a comedy show or whatever. Like we're here to also enjoy. We're not just here to like work, right? That's not why we're on this planet. And just remembering that and allowing ourselves to experience with other people seems to be good for both of these energies, no matter how it's happening. Okay. All right. Let's get into the tarot. One more shuffle. All right. Let's look at this moon cappy person over here. Messages or insights regarding this moon cappy energy. Wow. They have the World card, which is Saturn. It's also the fixed signs as well. World card is usually endings or beginnings of massive cycles or karmic cycles or even Saturn returns. Big changes here. Again, I feel like this individual has been really learning a lot about balance, right? And what it is to be devoted, but also what it is to balance that with pleasure. I keep getting there's something they want to say and they just don't know if they should. I can't shake it. Anyway, let's keep going. Anything else for this moon cappy individual, please? Ooh, talk about devotion. Hierophant. So kind of what I was saying, this is definitely a change for them when it comes to how they are devoted, how they choose to be devoted, how they show up in being devoted to their obligations, their contracts, maybe even their own faith. But definitely that is about devotion. Okay. Can I get a third card here, please, for the Moon Cappy individual or energy? Yeah, a change with Wheel of Fortune. Also Jupiter coming into play here. So it's kind of repetitive. We almost didn't even need to pull cards for this individual. Their understanding, their relationship to devotion is changing. And it's changing for the better for them. And it's also changing for their own health. Something about health with this person or energy. They could have gone through some health scares because of like maybe even they overwork themselves or how overly devoted they are. But yeah, it's clearly changing. It's clearly changing for them. Let's look at this Gemini energy over here. Oh, look what's at the bottom, Queen of Pentacles. Look at this Gemini energy over here. Any messages or insights regarding this Gemini energy? Six of Pentacles, also another card that might be coming out a lot. Six of Pentacles is about balance and give and take and reciprocity, generosity. I feel like they want help. This is also a card of aid. This is a card of aid. Let's see here. Queen of Wands. I do feel like they are the Queen of Wands, which is, I'm glad that they're coming out as Queen of Wands, because Queen of Wands says that they are like holding on to some like level of confidence here. They're trying to, but it also tells me that they want to receive. And they want to receive help. They want to receive assistance. Okay. Tell me more. Magician. I don't like the way that feels. Gotta be honest. Here's the thing with the Magician. Magician is the alchemist, right? It is the ability, the understanding that we are capable of co-creating whatever reality we want, right? We have the tools, we have the skills, we have the know-how, we know how to co-create. It also has a shadow, just like anything, which is manipulation. Okay? With the Queen of Wands, it takes on that flavor just a little bit. At least with how I'm feeling it here. The Queen of Wands is also very magical. Actually, they're very similar cards, like with each other, because the Queen of Wands is the mystic or the witch, if you will, and she also knows how to like pull in or create, right? Manifest even. They both know how to do that. But in this, like, it's just what I'm feeling intuitively. It feels like while this person is going through a lot, I feel like they're wanting other people to get involved and to help them, but the way they're going about it is like by using manipulation to do it, to be honest, is how it's feeling. And I get it, but like they're trying to make the Six of Pentacles happen. They're trying to manipulate the Six of Pentacles to happen. Because like the magician doesn't always go in and do. They're really good at almost being in that feminine energy and like working from within. And working with energies, right? And then watching things play out. That's very magician-like. And the Queen of Wands sits back and does what she does, right? And then waits for things to come in and pulls things in. And I feel like with this person, I'm being drawn back to the horse and that feeling of like being kept or like wanting to have this image or reputation or to be seen as someone who has resources or is kept in a way. This also came up in one of the sign readings I did recently. It might have been Sag. I did Sag, I did Libra, and I did Taurus. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been Sag though. And we did a lot of Sag right now. But anyway, I digress. It's just what I'm feeling. It's just what I'm feeling intuitively. And when someone's going through a lot of change like this, even this, right? Like they're just kind of waiting for help. They're waiting for help. They're waiting to see the answer. They're waiting to see their way out. And maybe what they really need to do is take action. I'm going to pull more cards on this. Tell me more about this Gemini energy. Tell me more about this Gemini energy. Okay, yeah, this is making sense. For those where this is like two people who know each other, it also makes sense as to why this energy, this Cappy energy, is restraining themselves, because maybe they do know like acting on those instincts is actually will be detrimental to them, which is kind of, we already kind of said it, but now I'm like, oh wow, oh wow, right? Hold on, let me make sure the chat's going here. Okay, tell me more about this Gemini energy. Two of Cups. Yeah, they're trying to pull in help and assistance from outside of them, from someone else, from another person. That's what they're trying to do. Which I get, and I don't think that's like innately bad as a desire, but you gotta be careful with that, right? Because like, is it someone else's job to pull them out of the fire? Right? And like what they're going through with the Pluto energy here, it feels heavy. It does. It feels really heavy, and it feels like they're being forced to like face some truths about themselves, like Chiron, right? And like facing some roots of their own insecurities and fears and how they operate. But instead of doing that, they're just trying to pull in help. I don't know if I like that. Well, this person over here is trying to learn how to be devoted in a healthy way. Because someone like this will just devote until they drop, right? And that's not healthy. And someone like this might take advantage of that. Ew, I don't like it. Okay, tell me more about how these energies may align in the near future. I almost want to say, should they align? The only one I want help from is an accountant. We do, yes. Kudos to all the accountants out there in the world. How are these energies aligning in the near future? How will these energies align in the near future? Oh, Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a card of lack and scarcity and fear and insecurity, financial hardship. Takers will always take, right? How will these energies align in the near future? It's interesting too, because with the animal cards, we were getting like beauty and pleasure. But who's really benefiting from that? Right? Like this person over here, the Gemini person, has the Six of Pentacles, but what's showing up in the shared space is Five. I'm learning to receive, not easy. Yeah, I get it. I feel like if anything, remember what I said about the Moon Cappy person over here? It's like they are in tune with their masculine and feminine energy, their own, as the tiger and the elk, but they lean hard into the elk, and they're learning to lean into the tiger, which is feminine, which is receiving. Let's see here. Oh, that's an interesting combination. We have Five of Pentacles, Two of Wands, and the High Priestess. The way these energies are aligning in the future is actually a call of discernment. A call of discernment of what choice and what path can, like, I almost want to do this, can sidestep the Five of Pentacles. How to sidestep the Five of Pentacles. How to sidestep scarcity, fear, insecurity, loss, and hardship. That's how these energies are aligning. So if these are aspects of self, I do feel like it is definitely about this like balance of masculine and feminine, but healthy masculine, feminine, right? Some of you may lean into the, so I'm speaking to those where it's just about you and aligning to yourself, okay? Some of you who resonate with the Cappy Moon energy, you may feel highly devoted or like devote yourself in that way, or like have some sort of like hardcore work ethic because of a scarcity issue, right? Or a scarcity mindset. Like if I just keep doing, like I won't have lack, or I won't be at a loss of things, or I'll be in a good position, right? But balancing that with the feminine and allowing people to help here and there where it's needed, right? And like where it's healthy, and you also take accountability and action accordingly when you can. That is how you sidestep scarcity. And I feel like all of this, for those again where it's just you aligning to self, is about you overcoming some deeply rooted fear of scarcity, of loss, of hardship. Some of you, it's abandonment, which is why you like to be needed. If this is about you aligning to self, which is why you like to be needed. And thank you. Because if you rely on other people to help you, they could always take it away. And there's a mistrust there for sure. So that's for those where there's aligning to self, okay? But for those where it's about two different people, the Queen of Wands energy here needs to learn why they do what they do and why they're trying to get others to help versus like really getting to the root of why they operate that way, right? And then the Elk energy over here needs to balance their like tendency to over devote with feminine energy. And that's how both of these energies sidestep the Five of Pentacles. Okay. Wow. All right. Let's get into group 3 and wrap this up. Oh, where are my decks? There they are. These readings are very interesting. These are very interesting. If you keep doing, you're calling in more doing. That's the universe Swiss way of giving you what you want. Right? Right? Right. Right. Whew. Let's do another little clearing here. Yeah. Okay, a little sippy sip and then we'll do group 3. Okay. Oh, what am I going to title group 2? Overcoming scarcity. That's what I'll do. Overcoming scarcity. Okay. All right. Group 3. Whew. All right. This time I'm just going to roll the dice separately for each energy here. Okay. Can I get this side of the board, please, for group 3? For group 3. Why am I getting shoes? Something about shoes. Did you get new shoes? Like, why are they bringing up shoes? Oh, maybe grounding. Grounding or physical activity. Maybe you're working on your root chakra. They're highlighting shoes. I'm just saying it. Okay. I feel like whoever this energy is going to be, they really like black. Like, I know we all kind of like black, you know, because it's like, it just goes with everything. There's something with like clothes and aesthetics with this person over here. But like, they might like really like black. like no color in their closet kind of black. Which, hey, to each their own. It is a good color. Who doesn't like a little black in their wardrobe? But like, something about the color black with them. Okay. And clothes and aesthetics is being highlighted. Yeah, a little bit of Taurus energy there. Let's see what we got. Wow, Cappy's coming up everywhere. Oh, we have Venus. Maybe that's a little bit of the Taurus energy. Venus, more Cappy. Pluto's rocking everybody in the Capricorn department. And 8 for the 8th house. So Venus, Capricorn, and the 8th house for this person over here. Interesting. This person's very sensual. I think this person has strong Taurus in their chart. I can't get away from this Taurus vibe. And again, Venus rules Taurus, right? It's Earth Venus, which Capricorn's also an Earth sign. Yeah, I just keep getting sensual. Like, they like food. They like to dress up. They like to be comfortable. They like to be cozy. They feel like there's also something with music, actually, too, which is kind of interesting. They could be a musician. Doesn't have to be so extreme. Maybe they just like to listen to music every day, or they have a wide range of music that they listen to. They're just very sensual. Okay. I mean, Capricorn, Venus, 8th house, they're very sensual, whoever this is. Hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. What else with this person? It's funny, the black thing came up and I'm like, oh yeah, 8th house. What else with this individual? I almost want to say they like to play in the shadow. Not, that's interesting. I think this person's very well acquainted with their shadow. Okay, that's good. It's not a bad thing. Depending on how they use it, that's not a bad thing. They have a lot of passion. I just can't get away from the sensual energy. It's like now it's like really starting to like okay. Okay. Um yeah, very healthy, passionate appetite is what I will say there. I almost want to get out of their energy. Okay, let's get to the other essence. The other energy for group 3. The other energy for group 3. What's going on with this energy? They're showing me doves. I don't think this person's like super soft per se. Feel like this person over here has very strong intuition. But they're peaceful. Okay, that's what it is. I'm like, why is show me the doves then? They are peaceful, but they're not soft. It's an interesting distinction. They're peaceful, they're not necessarily soft. They care about peace. They care about their peace. They care about their peace. They may be a Libra. Oh, that would be interesting. Taurus with Libra, very like Venus with Venus, right? Yeah, they feel very Libran. They feel very, very Libran. I think this person hikes a lot, or like I'm just getting like they like to feel the air. They like to be in nature, but like feel the air, breathe the air. Yeah, I feel like they probably have strong air in their chart. I feel like this person takes a lot of space too. A lot of space, a lot of quiet time, because they like their peace. Makes sense. I feel like this person gets in their own world though. Like something about them feels almost like disconnected a little from like I'm not gonna say physical reality. It's not that extreme, but like they're not in busy places. They don't go to the mall. They don't go clubbing. Like it's like they don't go to loud places. Yeah, this person likes quiet and peace, but their nature isn't soft. This is so fascinating. Yeah, I want to say they do keep themselves relatively removed from like general public. I don't think they live in an isolated place or they're a shut-in. Like it's not quite like that. They just don't like a lot of chaos. They like their peace. Okay. God, Cappy came out for everybody, I swear. Oh. Huh. This is an interesting person. So Capricorn on both sides. 5th house, that feels like a challenge for this person right now. And we have South Node. Capricorn, 5th house, South Node. They could be a North Node Cancer, not necessarily, or, North or South Node Cancer or Capricorn, right? Again, not necessary, but the 5th house is really jumping out at me with this person. Like, and this is, okay, yeah, this makes sense. Because like their quiet time was getting emphasized so strongly. We're on group 3. We're not doing elements today. We're doing groups. The quiet for this person, the peace for this person was being so emphasized. But the 5th house is like the social house. The 5th house is the party house, right? And I feel like that part of their life is like trying to get their attention, or they may like have to show up a lot socially. And I think they're like they're trying to deal. They're trying to work with it. 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 That game's wanting to be said. I think they even like tell themselves that, like, I can do this. It's okay. This is a very interesting person. I can do it. I can be out till 10. Like it's kind of funny. I'd be shocked if these two people weren't dating. This is like there's so much here about like sensuality and like Venus and being social and almost like partying and with the South Node energy for this person though is also standing out to me now. Why? Are they leaning into it too hard or not enough? So here's the thing with the South Node and North Node. Every astrologer has a different viewpoint on this. This is just my perspective. It's not an absolute universal truth. It's just how I feel about it, and I'm just sharing with you. So South Node and North Node, to me personally, I feel like, and this is also a little bit depending on your chart, just after doing so many astrology sessions, it's like I've seen a lot of interesting scenarios when it comes to the North Node and the South Node. I feel like the South Node is not necessarily something that you need to like totally disregard. Some astrologers feel that way, that like it's too karmic to like lean into your South Node or rely on your South Node. I feel like you came into this world with the South Node. It's part of you. It's part of where your soul's been. It's part of how your soul even got here, why you even chose this incarnation, right? So it's like it shouldn't be totally ignored or like not engaged in unless your chart like really indicates that. So like, some people really lean into it, some people don't. And I feel like just like with any polarity, it's just about balancing the two and harmonizing the two. Like, yes, honor your North Node, but don't ignore your South Node. Again, chart depending. So I'm trying to feel if this person is leaning too hard into their South Node or not enough. Because feeling it out, I feel resistance. I feel almost like a shakiness with the South Node with this person. I feel like this person, when you break it down, they're being encouraged to get out there. They're being encouraged to mingle. They're being encouraged to like, actually, to be honest, like live it up a little bit with other people, like very specifically. And I feel like they're just, they kind of want to, they're learning to, they're not loving it. They're not 100% loving it. And then this person over here is all about sensuality and is all about pleasure and feeling good and like playing in the shadow. You know what I mean? I think these two people, if they were to meet or these two energies were to engage, it would be a good time. I think there'd be something kind of fun and interesting there. And I feel like this sensual energy would look at this person and go, ooh, that's a challenge. That's a fun challenge over there. Yeah, I like it. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Let's pull some cards. Let's get into this, like, what do we want to call this person? We'll just call them the sensual person. We'll call them the sensual person. The Venus person. No, the Venus person. Call them the Venus person. Okay. Oh, and for those who are using the timestamp, sorry, I just want to make this clear. Yes, this could be you and another person. It could also be two aspects of yourself, okay? Or you could just resonate with one side and the other side could be someone you don't even know or who's like around you or in your field or someone you're not even thinking about, okay? So just take it as it resonates. All right. What's going on with this Venus person? Can I get some cards or messages or insights with this Venus person, please? I'm loving this energy. I can't lie. It's like they're so intriguing. They almost have a little mystery to them, and they like it that way. Oh, 7th house, partnership, relationships. This person likes a good time. And they like to have a good time with other people. It just is what it is. I don't know if they're actively in a relationship, but I think that they are, it's on their mind. I think it's probably always on their mind because they like pleasure. I'm gonna get another card here. Can I get a second one for this Venus person? Got 2 more. Okay, interesting. Progressions and 11th house. I really like this energy. Okay. This person's looking for a good time with other people, but I want to say it's not always about that with the 11th house coming out. It's like they like to enjoy people. They like to get to know people, but I feel like they also like to bring people together. And if these two energies are two people who are like in the same room, I think this Venus person wants to like get this other energy like out of their shell a little bit, get them comfortable, and I want to say even like expose them to other people. That's honestly how it's feeling over here. Yeah, I like this person. I know I keep saying that. I just can't like stop feeling their energy. It's very nice. We need more people like this, right? Because like this is someone who like they might have even Sag in their chart. This is someone who clearly enjoys life And they like to see other people enjoy life. Like, who wouldn't want to be around people like that? We need people like that, right? Okay, what do we call this person? What do we call this person? We'll call them the social butterfly. Try to mellow out some of their frequency here. We'll call them the social butterfly. Can you tell me about this social butterfly, please? Yeah, this feels very, yeah, it just feels very like I just want to sit in the corner and quiet with my drink and my book and be alone. It feels very much like that, which I get. I think we've all been through a hermit stage, you know? And some of us are really sensitive to like noises and sounds and people and all that kind of stuff, myself included, so I get it. I think this person does read a lot. After I said book, I was like, oh, yeah, I think they read a lot. Tell me about this social butterfly. Let's see. Yeah, wow. We have fourth house with home. They totally, that's their jam, is being at home. With Pallas Athena. This person does not want to be out. They don't. They really don't. But for some reason they are. And I'm like, if they don't want to be out, then why are they going out? I think a part of them like really does want it. I feel like there's other things that are getting in the way of them like really enjoying it. Maybe this person just has had a lot of social anxiety, bad experiences. And I do think too, sometimes when you just like live a certain way for long enough, it just becomes your normal. And it's like, you just think that that's just you and you just don't try to break it, right? Because it's comfortable. This person's very comfortable in their pattern of just like, almost want to say being in their shell. A little Cancer reference coming through there. And even Pallas Athena coming out, it's like, I think they feel most comfortable just in their sanctuary and almost more clear too, more clear. But I think they can learn to have that kind of clarity around other people. And I'm definitely not one of those people of like shaming introverts because I'm technically an ambivert, but it's like, I get it. Trust me, I get it. If you're an introvert, you're an introvert, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, and you don't gotta do anything you don't want to do, okay? But yeah, I do feel like it's time for them to be out though. It's time for them to be engaging with people for some reason. Can I get a third card for this person, please? Can I get a third card for this person, please? Yeah, even like the third card's taking its sweet time to come out. No, am I not getting a third card? Oh, they're getting quiet on me. Come on now. Thank you. You got two more. Fifth house. Yeah. Look at that. Fourth house and then fifth house and then Uranus. I'm trying to think if like we're going from the fourth house to the fifth house, right? That's to me is indicative of transits, right? So maybe this person has like Scorpio fourth house, Sag fifth house, right? That could absolutely be the case, or something akin to that or close to that, just like where we have planets moving from one sign to the other. That could absolutely be going on with this person. So that would probably help you discern, like confirmation for you with your own chart. But anyway, yeah, with fifth house and Uranus, it's like they need to be out and engaging because it's going to like it's something's supposed to happen. It almost feels like divine timing, which I don't always feel with Uranus, but I'm feeling that here. Like this person needs to be out for a reason. They need to be out. They need to be out. They need to be seen. They need to talk to a certain person, or they need to hear something or see something or bear witness to something. Like they need to. I almost feel like even if this person resists, like spirit might find like ways to like push them out even of the house. Just kind of crazy. It's supposed to happen. It's just supposed to. They're just supposed to. It just is what it is. They're just being very clear about it. Okay. Okie dokie. This person's South Node may be in their 5th house as well. I'm also being drawn to that just because of like the level of discomfort that's happening with the South Nodal energy, and then Uranus being in the 5th. So just, also wanted to say that I see that there. Let's move on to the animals. Let's get back to the Venus person. Let's get back to the Venus. Oh, that was fast. Oh. We have Fire Ant coming out here. This is 5 of Wands energy. Usually, like explicitly, it talks about a level of discomfort that's happening and it's like creating anger. I don't feel anger. This person is just super sexual. This feels like sexual energy to me. Could even be the energy of competition, but it feels like a building of fire is honestly what it feels like to me, and it needs a release. It's honestly how this is coming across. Okay. Well, they know who they are. Okay. Anything else for this Venus person, please? Oh my God. Okay. I would be shocked if this person did not have Scorpio in their chart. My goodness. We have Vulture, Death Magic. We're not doing signs, we're doing groups. And I'm on the final group right now. Fire Ant and Vulture. Death is also sex and is also birth. Okay. Again, wanting a release. The Vulture would also facilitate that kind of release. I don't think this person's sexually frustrated. They could be. They could be. But I think they need a pleasurable outlet for this kind of fire, for this kind of energy. Okay. Whew. Can I get a 3rd card, please, for this Venus person? Yeah. Well, again, gotta love an energy that's just very clear. Crocodile. Crocodile is actually a coming down energy. It's actually like cooling off, coming down off of a climax or off of a high or off of a very intense exchange. It also is a card of emotion, of deep emotional, like a deep emotional well, and regulating that very well. I think this person's got Scorpio. They like, I feel like there's so much energy that's like pointing that way. Scorpio or Taurus, or again, even that polarity in their chart may be very emphasized here. This person, I just feel like literally is looking for a release. Yeah, I just can't get away from that feeling. They're looking for a release. They're looking for a release. I want to get more though. Tell me more about this person. I do think they have the capacity of high emotional intelligence. I do believe that's there. It's just not what they're all about. And I keep getting, they like to see other people having a good time. They like to see people happy. They like to see people enjoy. They like to see people in pleasure, which is great. That's great. Anything else for the Venus person, please? Gazelle, 3 of Wands, anticipation. Again, this card came out with one of the other groups. A card of anticipation, but is also observant, right? Which we kind of knew they were already like that as well. Yeah, I feel like as we're going in circles here, it's just confirming everything I already talked about with this energy. So let's come over here to the social butterfly person. Ooh, octopus, devil energy. What about this social butterfly / wallflower? Any messages or insights for this person over here, please? I just felt a clash all of a sudden, like, these might be 2 energies that run into each other. Just wanted to be said. We have Stingray. Wow. Okay. So something about these 2 people that I'm finding fascinating, because they're clearly very different, right? Like one is very comfortable with pleasure and sensuality and, playing around in the shadow of life, if you will, and doing that with other people. Very comfortable with that. The other person, not so much. Even if they have a sensual side, which I do feel like they do, I feel like they have a very sensual sexual side. They uh, they just like their solitude, and they like their quiet, and they like their peace, and I do think that they find it to be a little overstimulating to be dealing with other people and other people's energies. They could be a very strong empath, but they do have the stingray. This is also a card of high level of emotional intelligence and regulation. It's also a spiritual card. This is my King of Cups card. Both of these people have high emotional intelligence. Both of them do. Both of them do. And I think they're both really good at regulating emotionally. I just think this person over here sometimes just gets really overwhelmed energetically, is really what I'm feeling with this person. Okay. Well, that was fast. Ooh. Phoenix, root chakra coming in, and then the buffalo, which is like the tower card. Okay. Tower feels like a big change, a sudden event, right? With the phoenix is also a phoenix rising or even a kundalini rising. I can't shake it. I think these are two energies that are supposed to engage with each other in some way, shape, or form. And it feels like it's actually going to be really good for this energy over here, because it feels like their release is happening with the lower body, like the root and the sacral, like something that's been needing to be released for a while. Yeah. Yeah. Some are going to feel this like an activation. Almost feels like an awakening, but I think this energy's been through awakenings before. We can always have another one, but it's that kind of like, and it's needed. It's needed. Yeah, yeah. I kind of call spade a spade. These two people are supposed to interact with each other. This individual will help this person with that Phoenix Buffalo energy. But to engage, to, interact, they have to actually like go and interact, right? Whew. Okay. Spicy. Let's see how these energies are aligning. I think we already know, but like, why not just pull a card on it? Can I get a card or two on how these energies will be aligning in the near future? Oh, well, that's nice. I kind of like that, actually. We have the bear and the firefly. Oh, the bear is like coming out of hibernation, which is basically what this person over here is doing, is coming out of hibernation. It's also a renewal energy. It also represents strength, but I feel like it's really representing this person like going out into the fifth house, right? Firefly is a catalytic card. It's a spark of inspiration, of fire, muse-like energy. This person, I keep getting, spirit keeps intervening with this person over here to like get them out or to get them to go to certain places. Like I can't shake that. And it's to have this moment. It's to have this clashing, run-in, catalytic, sexual release, sexual awakening kind of an experience. They're telling me not all of you will have a sexual component here. That kind of shocks me, but like, okay. Well, okay. They said interaction. Okay. This person could literally just like activate you or like help release something for you, but you don't actually have to engage with them sexually for that to happen. But I do think whoever's resonating with this, it's likely it's on the table if you want that to happen. All right, let's move on to tarot. The person I met recently seemed game, clear and open. He is so much younger though, so the rational side of me is thinking there's no way. Hey, discernment and free will, right? To each their own, but remember, just, devil's advocate, this is a week to like be open to experiences you're not normally open to, because it could literally blow your mind or open you up in a way that you couldn't otherwise be opened up, and show you what life has to offer that you weren't allowing yourself to even entertain at all, or you couldn't even see was there. So I'm just saying, devil's advocate. Discernment, obviously. You do you. All right, let's look at the Venus person. Whoa. I don't know how I did that. I was shuffling and somehow grabbed the cards that are on the table in the deck. Oh, I'm not taking it, but Lovers of 3 of Wands came flying out. Not taking it, though. Not taking it. Tell me about this Venus person. Tell me about this Venus person. Yeah, they're looking for adventure. My God, 4 of Cups and the Page of Wands. It's like this is why the tension for them is building. The fire is building because they're wanting some kind of adventure. They're wanting some kind of exciting, new experience. That's what they're wanting. That's what they're wanting. They're bored. I hate to say it like that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. They're looking for something new, someone new. Tell me more about this Venus person. Oh, okay. Disclaimer. If you engage with this person sexually, keep in mind it's probably just going to be that. Okay. We have 4 of Wands and the 8 of Swords. That screams fear of commitment to me. That screams fear of right, bonded kind of relationship there. All right. Yeah, it almost feels like it's a fear of being locked in. Yeah. Yeah, they don't like to be locked in, is what they're saying, locked in, which is kind of an interesting turn of phrase here. They don't like to be locked in. This person might not, how do I want to say it? This person might be like poly, for example. Yeah, they don't like to be locked in. That's just how they want to keep saying it. They don't like to be locked in. They like to have their freedom. They like their freedom. Good for them. Okay. Tell me more about this Venus person. This is very interesting. Queen of Swords, Libra energy. They're observing, they're watching, they're taking in information. They're very intelligent. Can I get one final card for this Venus person? Oh, that's interesting. We have Hierophant and the Tower. They might have a little trickster energy to them. Because I feel like what they are observing, understanding, taking in information-wise, that Tower to me, that Tower feels like a blow up. Like they want to like blow up rigidity or they want to blow up rules. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, how do I want to say? The standard, the expected, the right way, the, you know what I mean? The like socially acceptable way. They definitely have a rebellion streak in them for sure. And they're intelligent. Why do they keep mentioning how intelligent they are? They're intelligent. Okay, whatever. They're intelligent. It also feels like a stance against monogamy, which is like in marriage even, because Queen of Swords is like the divorcee widow card, right? It's like a very like solo kind of a person, and the Hierophant can represent marriage, and then right, the Tower. Yeah, they don't like rules. They definitely don't like rules. They don't like rigidity. They like to play in the shadow. They like freedom. They like adaptability. Huh. Okay. If this person was dealing with someone recently, or if you were this energy and you were dealing with someone recently that like, you know, wanted to like lock you down, I think you're blowing that up if you haven't already. Very interesting. Not what I expected. Okay. Let's look at the social butterfly wallflower over here. Okay, 2 of Swords, Moon and Libra. A lot of Libra going on in group 3. 2 of Swords, Moon and Libra energy. 2 of Swords is about decision making. Sometimes it is also about denial, right? I like to call it the card of holding 2 conflicting truths, where it's like you have 2 notions, but it's like, and they're not necessarily wrong, but it's like you need to choose one, you need to align to one to have movement, right? To have forward movement. I feel like this is literally the energy of just like, do I go out? Do I not? Do I do this? Do I not? Hold on a second. Is this Venus person the other person who's trying to draw out the Hermit? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. They like to play. They like to play. And I do feel like they see this person as like a challenge, and that excites them. Excuse me. Tell me more about this wallflower, social butterfly. Oh man, yeah, this person's very closed. This person's very like, no. This person's very, no, 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 no. No, don't want to let anyone, no, 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 no. Two of Swords and the Four of Pentacles. Again, I just think this person's like energetically sensitive. That's just what I keep getting. So like, you know, if you're energetically sensitive, it's like, right, you gotta shield. But I also feel like this energy's got a little bit of blockages going on. I gotta be honest here. Tell me more about this social butterfly wallflower. Oh, Knight of Cups. Yeah, they're closed off to the Knight of Cups. They're closed off to advances, which is unfortunate because Knight of Cups is actually a really nice advance, right? That's someone who's just like coming from the heart and being genuine. I feel like this is general. This isn't just about this energy. This is general. Like if people approach this energy over here, like being very open and vulnerable, that makes them retreat even more. Like it's just too much for them. I just keep getting overwhelmed. Like this person just keeps getting overwhelmed with people who approach them, even with love and vulnerability and authenticity. Yeah. And so in turn, they're also not very giving with their heart either, or their emotions. Tell me more about the wallflower, social butterfly. I almost feel like this person's heart is even just like potentially blocked a little bit. Really? We have the Nine of Cups. Oh, now I'm getting a little sad. Nine of Cups is being, you know, emotionally content within the self. But with the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, you could read this as like they do just protect their peace, but I actually feel like they're keeping the Nine of Cups out. I think this is also why like they are trying here and there to entertain the fifth house energy. Because I do feel like a piece of them like does actually want that. But they just don't know how to manage. They just don't know how to manage. Tell me more. Can I get one final card for this person? Where are we at on the time? Oh, 3 hours. Oh, I don't think it'll be a 4-hour one this time like it was last week. Let's see here. Ooh, yeah. Strength. To do this, they gotta be brave. But I also feel like they're just really closed off. I want to give them a hug. I do. I want to give them a little bit of a hug. They're really closed off, but to like really embrace people on that level, they gotta be brave. King of Cups at the bottom. Yeah. All right. Let's look at how they're aligning here. How are they aligning in the near future? How are these energies aligning in the near future? Oh. Hanged Man. Okay. Well, it definitely says it definitely says that. Definitely says that. Oh, wow. It's interesting because this energy over here, this Venus energy, like anything traditional, they're like, no. They're about fun. They're about play. They like excitement. They like pleasure. They like to see other people happy. They like to see other people having pleasure. They just don't like traditional shit and rules. That just seems to be what it is. So they're not monogamous, most likely. They're not about marriage, probably, or just traditional relationships is what I'm gathering. But that doesn't mean they can't love, right? Like I said, both of these people are emotionally intelligent. Both of them are. Both of them have a very deep capacity for emotions and understanding emotions. But the way that this is aligning in the near future, it just seems like there's still a, like almost like a stop sign on it. But I think that's really because of this energy over here. And it's like, I keep getting spirits like pushing this person here and there. And it's like, anytime they go, not today, or no, or they hesitate, it's like it kind of just keeps further delaying this interaction. Hold on a second. Okay. Tell me more of how these energies are aligning in the near future. Orgies, anyone? Hey, no means no, right? I'm just like, okay, it's interesting because like I can feel the disdain some people have right now for this energy over here. And like, I want to be clear. This person has a heart. This person cares about people. This person cares about people. They have a decent capacity for emotional intelligence and compassion and caring for others. They just don't like tradition. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like if this person knows that about themselves, they know that about themselves. Like I don't think this person would do wrong by anybody, is what I'm gathering. They just know who they are. Right? And if there are two very intelligent, open-minded adults, they can have a conversation about what works and what doesn't work, right? Right? Right. So it's like just giving some perspective. How are these energies aligning in the near future? Ooh. Oh. Nine of Swords. Okay. Tell me why the Nine of Swords is here. Oh, Nine of Wands and the Seven of Swords. That's just straight up fear. That's straight up fear. And the 9 and the 7 is the 2, which is on the side of the wallflower. So yeah, it seems like the alignment is delayed right now as the energy stands now because of this energy over here, who is still struggling a little bit. Darn. Well, anything's subject to change because of free will, right? Every decision we make in every moment and every day changes the outcome. But the Two of Cups and the King of Cups, like, that says a lot. That says a lot of what is possible here, right? I feel guilty for this delay. I've been so stuck in my home. I'm late, but it's you. Thank you on so many levels. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. I never knew so many has dealt with the same jokers. I'm going to keep hope alive. Oh, yeah. We've all had very similar experiences, for sure. For sure. But that wraps up the weekly 3 hours later. I hope you guys really enjoyed the readings today. I definitely did. This was a very interesting way of doing it. I don't know if it's my absolute fave, but it's interesting. It's definitely interesting. But anyway, I'm going to hop off. Have a great week. Remember all the things I mentioned about the important overview of this week. Live it up. Allow yourself to try new things this week. Allow yourself to talk to people you wouldn't normally talk to and see what happens. And by the end of the week, bunker down and do what you got to do for you, getting your life in order, getting things done, planning, whatever, and try to be a little hush hush about it, especially if finances are involved. But with Mars opposing Pluto, it ain't really a problem unless you take the bait. All right. Just remember, we're all just co-creating as individuals, right? But all in this like same co-creative reality. Okay. I'm going to go. I love you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Take care.